Yo, salute, Nick's Real Talk, man. Divine. About to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight. About to make it happen, man. Nick's Real Talk, we all over the place. About to get it popping. Divine, Bronx, Jedi, 7-6. The night show, the morning show. Nick's Real Talk, man. About to get in the Black Knight.
Nick's Real Talk, let's get it popping. We hopping like topping in the Jumpman brand, ain't no stopping. Divine and Bronx, Jedi, 7-6. We live from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno, the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we flow with the night show. So spike them likes below. That thumbs up, run them up, and you double up, cause it's Nick's Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Now you place the chats, when I pace that under space where our faces at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats. Game recap, no hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a can or two. Hop the handle on the banner, we violent, so subscribe to the channel. Nick's Real Talk. Nick's Real Talk.
Yo, salute everybody. Nick's Real Talk, man. We in the building. Divine and BX Sports Jedi, man. We ain't here tonight, man. About to go over some things. All Nick, you already know what it is, man. We're gonna talk about the official free agent signings. Salute to Obi Toppin, all league, first team, all summer league. We're gonna get into it tonight, man. So I hope everybody doing well. Y'all doing fine. Y'all had a good day out there today, man. You got your work in, got your schooling, whatever the case may be. Now you ready to sit down and holler at us, man, and get down, man. Salute to Tim Smith in the chat. But yeah, man, we here, man. I got my partner crying with me. You already know what it is. BX, what up, my brother?
Yo, what's going on? Salute to Tim Smith, salute to Baba Booey. Divine, good evening, man. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be here with you, man. Ready to talk a little Nick basketball for the night, man, and keep this thing popping.
All right, what we got on tap, man? Let's practice. Let's unpack this, baby.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it tonight, man. We got we're gonna go with the official free agent signings with the Knicks. We're gonna get into Obi Toppin, first team summer league, and Todd deal. What that's meaning for the team as well. Like gonna retire Nick from what it seems like to me, and just pretty much go over the press conference yesterday, man. I love what I was hearing from the guys yesterday, and all that good stuff, man. We're gonna talk a little training camp coming up, in about another 3 weeks or whatever, and all things Knicks, man. Let's get into it, man, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Where would you like to start? Do you want to go with the Kemba Walker presentation? The big Kool-Aid smile that he had with receiving his jersey. Evan Fournier embracing the New York fans and asking what podcast he would like to come on, or would you like to talk about the fact that the New York Knicks had another Bronx native up there saluting Kemba Walker to the Knicks of the presentation and Fat Joe? We got so many avenues, or do you want to go right into Summer League? You follow the lead. I'll dance with you. Oh, hopefully you're not frozen. Oh man, it's a little technical difficulty, folks, but we'll get it going, man, on this beautiful Wednesday evening, 8:03 on the 18th day.
Okay. Let me get the internet off. Dang, I'm taking that off the screen. Yeah, man. Real quick, we're gonna get into the. Let's get into the. Congrats to Obi Toppin. He did well-deserved first team all summer league. Played hard the whole summer league. Really put up some good numbers. Offensively had a better defense showing in summer league. Rebounding the ball real well. It was all around a good summer league for him, man. I'm excited. He did well deserved, man. I hope.
I think he was going to say Emmanuel quickly. Hopefully, go ahead, Devon. You're back on.
Yeah. I'm sorry, God. I don't know what the situation is. Baba boy, you jinxed me with the internet thing, buddy. But yeah, man. I'm hoping that translates to the regular season. And I just think it's going to be bode well for the Knicks at that backup power four spot. If he could do what he did in summer league, at least give you 12 points a game, basically around that, 5 or 6 rebounds, backing up Julius Randle. I think that'd be well, man. Bode well for a salute, my man. Will salute my brother. I just think it'd be awesome. BS if he can get that off, man. I just think it makes the team a little bit more stronger for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely going to give Randle less time on the court. And he's gonna be more efficient. The less time, less energy he expands, and less fatigue, and going into and maybe save his legs and get a better playoff experience. Or when he gets to the playoffs, he'd be more fresher because now Obi Toppin takes that very, very valuable step to give him that minutes, and it's good to have that problem that Thibodeau don't know how many minutes to give each guy because they're playing so well and forces that rotation. It's only a plus when guys start playing well and providing a different aspect to the team and bringing a different dimension. So now teams can game plan or scouting reports. They like pick your poison. Are we going to, Jules, try to stop Julius and let the other guys go. And then if you have an emergence of Obi Toppin on the second unit, you're like, yeah. How many minutes am I going to play my defensive starters on other teams? And it's a good problem to have. I'm glad that Obi Toppin has taken that next next step, leap and bounds. This is what the Knicks envisioned last year, him doing, and it's just a couple months later. It's better late than never, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's phenomenal. Like I said, and I think if we would have had the same opportunity last year, prior to COVID, or he might have had a better season last year. But he had an opportunity this year to get to summer league and spread his wings and things like that. So I think he did well for him. I hope he does, like I said, it translate to the court, and I think it will. And I think with the added depth that the Knicks brought on that team, it takes the pressure off a lot of them guys now to have to, like, to me, just bringing in some more firepower. It takes the pressure off the young guys like Obi Toppin and perform or try to have to be a focal point when you got guys who can take the pressure off them. So if Obi can have that pressure off of this year, and Burks and and Derrick Rose can get that guy some extra push in that second unit, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's for that. But congrats Obi Toppin though, man. That's definitely well deserved, man. I mean, people might not look at it's not so much as that he was playing against his peers and he outshined them. So no matter what league, what level was on, whatever competition that he was playing against, he shined right along with him or outshined them. So I think that's so important for his confidence. And I think that's a good thing, man. So, and other than that, man, congrats to Obi, man. Salute. But for yesterday, the press conference, I listened to it, and I had about a 9-minute video put out there on it, man. Just from what I've seen and what I've seen the two professional guys coming to New York to want to get with this thing and get it popping. I think Evan Fournier is a professional basketball player. He's a real good professional basketball player. He handles himself well on and off the court. Family guy, real basketball minded guy. You know what I mean?
You're broken up. A little technical difficulty, guys. Bear with us. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, am I back there?
You're back, sir.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with this, but we'll get it together. But yeah, he exemplifies a professional basketball player, and what he brings on the court is phenomenal for the Knicks. So I like what he was talking about. He had said one interesting thing to me, and I really appreciate what he said. He said, "I'm not going to put a number on how many wins we got because that's putting a ceiling on us." When he said that, I was like, okay, that's the type of man you want, and you want on your basketball team. You know what I mean? Team, a real positive thinking guy. Team, like you know what I mean? Julius Randle is excited about it, and the front office is excited about it. They excited about it. I know I'm excited about it because I do think them dudes going to bring a different dynamic to our team. And Kemba Walker coming back home, BX, Bronx native. I mean, I know it got to feel good for him. And he coming home, not at the end of his career, at a
Divine is frozen for a moment. We'll get him back up and running. A little technical difficulties on that. Like you said, remember when I used to tell you last year before the Knicks went on that deep playoff run, I told you I wasn't gonna tell you where they were gonna go, how far they were gonna go. I wasn't gonna put limitations. And when I heard that, I'm like, man, did they hear me speaking about the Knicks last year? That I said, you know what? I'm not putting any limits to my team. That's why I kept saying they're gonna go on a deep playoff run, and you guys take it for where it was. Of course, it didn't happen the way I predicted it or said it, but it's nice to hear the players say that they're not limiting themselves. They're taking it and in stride. They're gonna have fun, and they're just gonna let it go, let it fly, let it go, and enjoy the season. And as long as they do their job and put the work in and put the hard work and the game planning, executing the coach's game planning, hey, they like they said, sky's the limit. They could go as far as their talent and their willpower and their heart takes them. Divine, are you back or you?
Going, man. Yeah, I'm back now. I don't know what's ever since I restructured this computer, it's giving me a problem. But sorry for people out there, man. We're gonna if we had any tips, bear with me till I get this thing together, man. Baba boy, you know what the jokes all night, my brother. You know we gotta keep it Knicks. Salute Camilio. We appreciate you chiming in, my brother. Yeah, I think we
You're bad again.
Salute, Tone. Oh, your blackest time, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Great show today, Tone. You, Sim, and my man. I couldn't totally get in there today because I was occupied, but I did check you on the watch. Good show today, my brother Tone. Knicks Real Bruisers for sure. Y'all make sure y'all holler at my brother.
Salute
Yeah,
to Tony
man.
Chrome. Welcome.
Yeah, man. I'm static with the two sides, man. I just think that
You're having you're back to the difficulty on that Divine. Okay, maybe you're back again. Let's try that again.
Yeah. Sorry guys. Bear with me. But yeah, I think we got them in the prime of their careers. Still got a lot to give to the NBA and to the Knicks. So I think that filling that 1 and 3 spot, which I thought was the most important thing we could do this year. I think we took care of it, BX. I really.
Yeah. That you're breaking up again, but one thing I'm going to piggyback on that, Divine. What I enjoyed, what I like when I heard when they did the sign and trade, they also picked up two more second round picks, despite the fact that we helped Boston get $17 million trade exception. But other than that, we ended up getting more picks. My God, the amount of picks and the youth of talent, the plethora of talent that we've seen with this draft, and let's say that let's start it off with the draft of prior with Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly. And now this draft, look like we got some 4 good solid players coming in this draft, and now we got more picks. And with this, if the scouting department and what we've seen on the court, and they keep drafting these young players, wow, you got like we were saying before on Knicks Real Talk, the future is very extremely bright for this Knicks organization. They're doing it right, they're doing it smart, and they're building something here that is going to be special for years to come, not just a few years, but a couple years to come. If everything pans out right, and by the proof of the pudding and the way that the dough is mowing, it looks really good, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they got a plethora of draft picks. They got a lot of the young talent, and it seems they got great talent evaluators. You know what I mean? And I think that's so special having Walt Perry and these guys. They evaluate talent real well. And Scott Perry, ever since the Mitchell Robinson signing back in 2018, I just think that these guys, Scott Perry, they got an eye for talent. And that's amazing. Let me throw Will's chat up in there. I just think it's so amazing for them to be able to have that talent eye like that, and they can see that talent and then see what it can evolve to. And I think they did good in this draft. So that good salute to them, man. But the press conference was well. Kemba excited about playing with these young guys. Fournier looking happy to be a Knick. Always wanted to be one. So it feels good when somebody wanted to be here. You know what I mean? Not they didn't come just for the money. They wanted to be here. Kemba wanted to come back home. Foye always wanted to be a Knick. So that to me that makes it even more sweeter, man, because it's not like they come here just for the money. So salute to them guys. I think the press conference was well. Him and Tibbs had a little joke about playing time. Kemba Walker asked him on back-to-backs, and that was pretty hysterical right there. But Tim said playing, so it was pretty cool for sure.
Yeah. I saw that smirk that Thibodeau has. He knows the reputation that is set around him around the league. They hear this, and by him smiling and smirking on that, they're not gonna need it. They if everything goes there, they have a plethora of young talent. They could go light tonight. It's just the hard work. Baba Booey wrote there those second. So I guess it meant the second round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Are for trade for help in February. I can see that about Bowie, especially if there's a player that they could trade and maybe they'll waive, let's say Damon Bacon doesn't pan out. They could waive that out from Robinson's spot or leave Jericho Sims, leave him in the G League and use that spot for a trade with those 2 second rounders for someone for expiring contract. I can see that happening. Good one there. Bob Bowie. Salute Pudge Nice, man. Glad you're here to see you there.
P nice. What up? Yeah. That's a good situation to have, man. I think I like what Will said. Will said you got to pay a second just to get to West on the phone and 2 seconds to speak to Leon. That was a good one, Will. Yeah, man. But you know what? The front office doing it right. But I've been watching a lot of clips of Fournier the last couple of days. This kid, man, listen. You know, he gonna surprise. I don't mean he gonna surprise a lot of people by his talent, but those who wasn't paying attention to him on the regular because we Knicks fans, you wasn't really paying attention to his game because he was in Orlando and you wasn't watching him on the regular. He's got a dynamic to his game that I like, and he's aggressive with it, and he can put the ball on the floor and do all these good things, man. So I think that's just a whole different dynamic that we didn't have last year. And, you know, Bullock could put the ball on the floor, but it was what can he do once he got the ball off the floor, you know, other than pull up for the three and everything. But this cat could do it all. I mean, inside, outside, mid range. That's going to be nice. And I, you know, Kimba's Kimba. You know what I mean? When Carter Kimba hit you with the step back, it's going to be a wrap in the Garden this year. So I think it was a good sign. I think it fits well for the team. I think it worked out really well. When Knicks got Kemba Walker for 2 years on a $9 million deal each year, and you got that much talent for $9 million, that's saying something. You know what I mean? That's the thing that's crazy. Nick P, my brother, peace, Nick P. To get Kemba Walker for $9 million a year, that's why when you grade these free agent things, think about that. We got Kemba Walker, full-time All-Star, third team All NBA, 10-year good career, and we got him for $9 million, and he's still in his prime. And I believe he's gonna have. I don't think that knee gonna affect him much as people think it is, because that only happened during pretty much the playoffs. You know what I mean? And that's when, you know, it started really bothering him. So if we can get, you know, he said he's been working out, you know, getting the knee strong, and he don't feel like he's gonna have a problem with that. If it is, man, then we in a good spot, BX.
Yeah, salute to Nick P. I'm glad you're here too. Oh my God, Bullock. We're gonna miss Bullock, man.
Man.
The fact we're gonna miss that. He calls him a masonry builder. I call the brownstone Bullock. He's always building brownstones. But we're gonna miss that defense, that intense. But you guys are gonna like Fournier. You guys are gonna like what he brings to the team. What on the tangibles, is always gonna be a shooting threat no matter where on the floor. Put a shot on the floor. A really good open shooter, and also he can handle the ball and dribble in traffic. And that's something that Bullock, I don't think, was so. That wasn't one of his strengths, and we upgrade on that too. Although now we have some point guards on the team that we don't really need, but it's always good to have that extra option in case something happens, or you know, you never know, an injury or so forth in the middle of the game, and maybe Miles McBride is in the G League for some reason, a two-way or whatever, and don't have that extra point guard at that moment. You know, you're not going to lose much with Burks and Fournier handling the ball. Those are another versatility that we have on the team. Nick P says Bullock was a bench player that had to start. But you know what? That's true. That's true.
Right.
But he did do a good job.
He did.
Let's not take away from the fact it's an upgrade, of course, but he did a good job. Bullock was serviceable. I really respect his game this last year a lot. And you know, he's going to be missed in some capacity with the New York team.
Yeah, absolutely. Bullock was a gamer, man, and he brought it every night, and he played the toughest wings in the NBA last year. He went in and night in and night out against the best wings in the game. You know what I mean? And to be able to do that and to help your defense be number 3 or 4 in the league. You know what I mean? Top 5 in the league. I mean, you know. So yeah, salute to RB, man. Go out there in Dallas like Nick P say and ball out, man. We appreciate what you did for the Knicks for sure. Yeah, man. But I think Fournier and Kemba Walker is really going to bring a whole different dynamic to that team. I just think that you know, Alpha Payton can't do what he do. Salute to Alpha Payton as well, but he's not Kemba Walker. You know what I mean? And I just think the upgrade on the offense, we might lose a step or two on the defense then, but you're going to gain a whole lot more on the offense then, because them guys can put the ball in the hole with efficiency. And that's a beautiful thing, because I think if you have players who can put the ball in the hole, but they're doing it efficient, consistent, it's a different dynamic. We lost some games last year that we had 2 or 3 more points on that night. You know what I mean? BX, we could have won it. So knowing that what you know that you're going to get, even if Kemba Walker give you 15 points a game this year, due to the fact that the minute he's going to be split with Derrick Rose, if he give you 15 and Derrick Rose give you 15, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good. You know, that's 30 points from the point guard position. So, you know, and that's like saying you got a starter who really giving you 20 and your backup giving you 10. You know what I mean? So it's still within that mold you want to be from that point guard position. So if Derrick Rose can give you 15 and Kemba Walker can give you 15, that's not a bad situation to have coming from a point guard situation. You know what I mean? For a backup man to start, like I said, it could easily be 20-10 or 17-13 or whatever. You know what I mean? But you're getting high production from that point guard position. I think that's going to bode well for our offense. And I think, like I said, Fournier dropping 16, 17. And the reason why I'm putting these numbers a little down, guys, because now you got a little bit more. And they won't be getting a lot of shots like they used to. Probably. Don't get me wrong. Fournier put up 70, 18 last year, and he was playing with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum them. So I mean, so he still can possibly be able to get that same thing. And being that we know Julius Randle will get the bulk of his shots. RJ going to get his. So I mean, between him and Kemba Walker, they split the rest because Mitch going to get his a different way if he's becoming the starter. And I think that bodes well. So we got to definitely salute my man Dan A. Salute my brother.
Salute to my man Chef Dan A. Man, I'm glad you're doing well. I hope to see you tomorrow on the MMA program with Austin.
Yeah.
Enjoy your dinner, man. He's always making some good food, man. Every time he's on the program, he's always cooking up. That's why he got graduated to Chef Dan, man.
That's right. Yeah. I throw the link in there. He said he's gonna join the show. That's cool. But yeah, man. It bodes well. It bodes well for the Knicks. BX. I just think that if this is the projected starter lineup to me, Kemba Walker, Fournier, RJ, Randall, and Mitch. That's my projection anyway. I mean, who knows what they're gonna do? But if that's to me, that's a nice starting lineup to have there. I mean, you got straight firepower out there, man. That's good.
That the other starting lineup is a strong starting lineup. And I just wanted those 30 points when it's going to be situational, when the impact on those points that we get from the point guard has to be at the crucial time. I want to see my point guard get those points and get those impact at times either where like before we were always behind on those swing points. When I mean those swing points, the Knicks are up by 7, or they have a lead, they have a big lead and it's dropping down, and if they hit the shot, it increases the lead back to 8 or back to 10. And since we didn't have the point guard to lead us, we'll miss it and then we'll be down by 4. I mean, we're up by 4 or 5 instead of increasing the lead. You know what I'm trying to get that point. Now with these 2 point guards, when they could get those scoring and increase the lead and kill the momentum of the other team from rallying or getting on the streak. And that's going to be important. I think that's what we're going to see, that impact with the point guards, either Rose or Kemba. I think they're veteran savvy, that they'll know when to stop the runs and know what's working and go and get to the go-to guys. You don't have Alfred Payton a little bit not nervous or a little bit hearing the noise from the crowd or feeling the pressure that he needs to make a spectacular play and he leads to a turnover or mistake, or they'll just leave him try to shoot that wide open 3 that he isn't really a good shooter. And that's going to be different going forward in this new upcoming season with the Knicks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in BX, I think that is really key, that people realize that, when Kemba Walker out there, or like I said, them cats can't sag off of them the point guard no more. You know what I mean? Them cats literally used to, when they swing that ball at Alpha Payton at that 3-point circle, they literally would drop back and get ready to double team somebody. And it was almost like, I dare you to shoot it. You know what I mean? And I think that makes a difference in the psyche of your team too. You know what I mean? It makes a difference in their psyche. Now, when they know that ball is swinging now, the Knicks going to be confident no matter who they swing that ball to on that perimeter, all 4 of them cats can knock it down. You know what I mean? I think that's a big psyche for your psyche when it comes to being confident in all your teammates and knowing that if I don't have the ball, whoever got it can put that ball in a hole. And I think knowing that mentally can change the way it affect you in the game. And I think the Knicks going to be at ease with that situation with them guys. And I think, like I said, and I think they're going to be feeling good being there. Like I said, the press conference to me went very well. We had the big dogs there, Leon Rose, Scott Perry, Tibbs was there. And they would, you could tell, they could tell how happy they are with what they did. And I think they did a good job, because I think these little nuances going to make a big difference in what that organization doing. So we just got to we hope this thing all connect, come together and bond and gel. And then going into the first game of the season against Boston, Fournier and Kemba Walker with the payback. You know what I mean? So, we hope we to pull out like that, man. But I'm excited. I think the press conference went well. I really do think that it was a great press conference. I enjoyed every bit of it. Nick P, I do think the lineup is balanced. Everyone will be looking to score, and I'm not sure who will sacrifice their game for the team. And Nick P, facts. That's what it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be a lot of sacrificing. But I think they hopefully they do it for the betterment of the team, because that's a deep team. Then you go to that second unit with Rose, Quickly, Burks, Toppin, and I'm gonna just say Noel. That's my projected, but that's nice. I mean, that's a nice 10-man rotation so far. Then you got Grimes, and you got these other guys back there just waiting to get a situational chance to play, or if they're in a blowout, they get in there and then they just get their feet wet. But that's not a bad problem. But so we got to see BX. But I think congratulations to the guys. Welcome to New York, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier. Welcome, man. We happy to see you guys here, man, for sure. And we just hope you guys fall in love with New York. Well, Kemba Walker, you're always in love with New York. But Fournier, you and your family, hopefully you'll find that barber, Fournier. You got. I know you'll find it. I know you've been trying to holler at people about it. But yeah, man, I'm happy with them, BX. I'm happy with them two dudes for sure.
I'm gonna address Big P with that, with the not being lineup or sacrifice. Remember this team last year, and I know it's a different group, but the core is still here, and the leaders are here set by example. Everybody checked their ego, and they both bought into the Knicks, the new philosophy from Coach Thibodeau, and the culture change. They all say, you know what, we're gonna put everything aside, and we came together, and you see how that team came together, a team that was scheduled to win 21 games, if I'm not mistaken, by Vegas and ESPN and everyone else, and they end up doubling. So the proof is in the pudding. If you listen to your coaches and you do put your ego on the side and do your role, and Thibodeau says if you're open, shoot it. It's not like saying no. The ball has to go always to XYZ player. No, move the ball around, play your position, do your job, and when you have if your shot is open, take it. Go ahead, you got the green light. So I sacrifices if the players are feeling tight and that they need to score because they need to catch up with the other players. But I think it's gonna be a balanced all around performance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, and they are unselfish players, and that's the type of atmosphere they're playing in. Ted instilled that past season, excuse me. Like like you said, swing the ball, whoever open, shoot it. It's enough shots for everybody. It's enough shots for everybody. You know what I mean? And then if we get down below 10 seconds and we feel like we got a mismatch somewhere, or Julius Randle got a mismatch, and that's what I'm glad to see with these guys coming in. Now we don't have to worry about that ball getting all the way down in the shot clock, and then we trying to make decisions. You know what I mean? Because they cut off a lane with Alpha Payton or somebody, or they screen Bullock in the corner. Now we got to try to get the ball another way. Now, no matter who they swing that ball to, all four of them players, God, listen, this is facts. All four of them players will put the ball on the floor and create their own shot and go to the hole. All four of them. Reggie Bullock couldn't do that. Alpha Payton sometime. So that's a big uplift when it comes to what our offense production can be. You know what I mean? Because now you got four guys literally who can put the ball on the floor and get their own points. It won't take how would I say a bailout shot per se that much. You know what I mean? I just think they can go and get it. And I think that just bodes well, man. So I think if they all click right, man, I think we all talked about how bad the Knicks needed a point guard last year, and we got one. You know what I mean? Let's hope we stay healthy. We got two. We got two. Derrick Rose legit. You know what I mean? So I just think that we good. We good there. We good there. That's a big upgrade in that point guard position. And I think it's gonna pay off. I really do. I just think that the little things that they're not gonna be able to do to the Knicks they did last year, it's gonna be a big difference. All the little ins and outs, and I can double this guy, or I can screen off this guy. I don't have to worry about this guy. Nah, you're gonna have to worry this year. Because any one of them guys get in that lane and guys go to double team, it's kickouts all over. You know what I mean? BX, kick out to RJ, kick out to Fournier, kick out to Julius, kick out the. I mean, it's like, man, it's the versatility on that perimeter. All them guys on that perimeter, minus Kimmer. Kimmer shot 35, 36%, but Fournier, RJ, and Randall shot 40% or better last year. So I mean, man, I think that. And then if it's that much open, and then you got Mitchell Robinson lurking back there, that Knicks offense, the Knicks offense at least should score with the addition of them two cats alone in that star lineup. I think we should be at least 100, 500, 600 scoring team this year. Because I think I think the first unit give you 75 points easy, or maybe 80. You know what I mean? Just on a regular. And then you add Derrick Rose and Alex Burks and Obi Toppin and Quickly's points. I think so. I think it is. Robert up the par, my man. Salute. My man Robert Parr
Uh,
building.
my guy Robert Paul, what's going on, man? I'm glad you're here with
Yes,
us.
sir. Yes, sir.
Nick P said it. As long as our rookies and other young guys at least get 10 minutes a game. Nick P, I think they're gonna get playing time because remember we haven't seen we know the Christmas game and we know the opening games already, but we don't know the whole schedule. I repeated it before. I said well, it's be interesting to see how many back to back nights the Knicks have, or if they will put them in a condensed week, like maybe 4 games and 6 nights type of deal. It'll be interesting to see, and then we'll see those young kids play and more minutes, and give the opportunity to the veterans to rest. I don't see Nolan Noel being on the court along all 82 games, with his knees and bang up issues. Maybe Mitchell Robinson, just for they want to bring him along slowly and bring him. So it's going to be interesting. I think that this year, out of most of the year, I think the Knicks will rely on a heavy load of players, like around 13 players. I could see in the beginning of the season Thibodeau going to 13-man rotation and then shorting it as the season goes by.
Yeah, that's interesting. I had to see how that pans out. But I didn't even think about that. It's not a bad problem to have because I think I think with the way them young guys perform in the summer league, if that could translate to the NBA where the big dogs is at, if they could some of that stuff, and granted, we know they ain't gonna be dropping 26 on these boys up here, but man, if my man Grimes and them cats can give you that shooting and all that, it's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be an interesting training camp. It's gonna be a lot of competing. I mean, we might have to. We know in my mind, I have my 10 guys locked in rotation. That don't mean none of them can't get beat out, though. You know what I mean? It don't mean it. It really doesn't. And I think that's a good problem to have because the competition and going to be so phenomenal that it's only going to make each one of them guys better. So when they get in a regular game, nah, man, we go up through this. We go up against this in practice. This ain't nothing. You know what I mean? And that's the competitive you want in a training camp. You just want competitive guys going up against their own teammates, making it hard for them because they fight for time and spots and everything. It bodes well for them when they go into the regular season because now the guys who they compete against each other so hard, like the competition they go up against, they like, nah, I ain't worried about you, man. I had to go up against McBride today in practice. I ain't thinking about you. You know what I mean? So vice versa. And and I Kemba Walker, listen, I had to go up against Grimes and all these guys today. So now, what worry about you for? You know what I mean? These guys compete hard every night, every day in practice. So I think that's a good thing to have. So I think it's going to be real crazy competition there in training camp. And I think it's going to bode well for us going into the regular season because Tibbs going to get it in. I mean, man, we won 41-21 last year. And I think this team is much better than last year, especially if we can get a healthy Mitchell Robinson.
I want to piggyback off of that. Vice versa, you were talking about the kids. It did going against Kemba and Rose. I'll take it the other way. They know they got to learn how to guard offensive minded point guards. And when they're in that, they'll know what to do, where to move in the position. If a point guard is right handed dominant, force them to the left, force them to the defense, and when they do that in practice with these players, Rose is very very good off the dribble, crossover, and he moves that ball. And if Miles McBride could learn how to defend it, move, and stick with it, and when he goes into a game when he has to play a lead point guard or even the backup point guard of another NBA team, you ain't losing much because he goes against Kemba and Derrick Rose in practice, or Grimes, vice versa. So I'm really like what's going on away from those practices sessions and in for the New York Knicks, especially training camp is going to be really important. I'm hoping that everybody arrives healthy. There is no COVID issue. There's no ankle issue. There's no nothing, and they could get out. They all get a full whole preseason training camp healthy and as many utilize as much because during the regular season it's going to be hard for them to get their practicing. Although Thibodeau does practice, and you got to love what Julius Randle does when they visit an opponent's city and they get there early. They don't go to they don't go to get lemon pepper wings. They go to a high school gym and they go shoot around and they go learn how to play or go to shoot and learn how to play. And I love that. culture that he established last year, and I hope it continues where the rookies and everyone else on the team follow suit and they go into there and just get better. That was one of the big driving forces last season. Everybody wanted to get better, quickly wanted to get better. Randall wanted to get, even Obi Toppin, despite he and you saw it at the end of the year, they got better because they put the work in. And I hope that philosophy and that hunger comes on board this season with the Knicks, which I don't see why not.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think the culture is set, and I think Julius Randle being the leader that he is, man. Like I said, it's important that you look at Julius Randle and how he came in the league. First game in the NBA, breaks his leg or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But I mean, he got to learn amongst the best, man. This cat spent 4 years around Kobe Bryant. I mean, come on now. You know what I mean? Then went and played around Anthony Davis. These guys. I mean, Julius Randle. He been around some of the cats who led the way, because that's what Kobe had him doing. You know what I mean? Listen, man, we ain't forget the club, forget the wing, forget everything. We going to get better. And you're right, dude. I think it is rubbing off on that team, because these guys is always out there getting it in, and I'm really excited about that. And I just think they're adding more guys who. If you look at Leon Rose and when his press conference, he was like, "Listen, we brought these guys back because who they are, the culture they helped build here, their professionalism, I mean, their passion and their knowledge, and Leon Rose said, Derrick Rose is like a extension of Tibbs on the court. You know what I mean? And that's important. You know what I mean? That's Tibbs on the court. You know what I mean? So and I think that bodes well when you got guys like Quickly and Obi who's so young in that second unit playing like that. To have a guy like Derrick Rose, who pretty much is the coach, can calm these guys down, keep them at a certain level, keep them level headed. Rather, what I'm trying to say is, don't get too big, don't get too low, and just keep competing. When you got guys like Derrick Rose who can, when things starting to go astray, he could bring it back together. So I think that's why these signings was real important. The Todd Gibson, Noel, these and Burks, it was important because you know what, you got a bunch of people playing together who don't know how to play together. It's not going to look good. It's not going to look good. It's not going to operate good because everybody on a different page. When you brought all them guys back, that everybody on the same page, they know what to expect when they walk in that gym the first day of training camp. They know. It ain't like I got to figure this guy out. I got to figure how this coach going to coach. Nah. All the guys that Nick signed, other than Kemba Walker and Bacon and Fournier, they know what Tom Thibodeau expects. They know what it is. They've been through it already. So I just think it makes it so easy with this transition. That's why I think the Knicks might come out the gate better than a lot of teams because they already know what they're going up against. They already know what to expect. They got a year under Tibbs. They know the man, what he wanted, he liked. They know what he don't like. It's going to be easy for them, I think. And I think because of Kemba Walker and Fournier already veterans, it's not going to be hard for them. They know basketball. They know basketball. Fournier played under Steve Clifford, so did Kemba Walker and Bacon. That's why this is important to me, guys, because these guys played under Steve Clifford. Steve Clifford, that's his boy. They got the same type of coaching philosophy from Jeff Van Gundy, Pat Riley, and them. They got that same philosophy, so it makes it so easy. So you bring in three guys, not only they veterans, they not young, but they not old, but they mature enough to know that, you know what, I kind of, whatever Tibbs gonna want me to do this or he gonna want me to do that, no problem, because I'm kind of used to it already. Because Steve Clifford, all them guys played under Steve Clifford, so that's important. I think the chemistry and commodity gonna be fine right there, BX.
Yeah, I agree with you. Tim Smith wrote, "Is Kevin Knox gone? I don't see any minutes for him." I think Kevin Knox will be on this team, um, and it all depends on how he comes out in training camp. I think he's gonna, if he's shooting lights out, I think they're going to play this kid because with that wingspan, that height, he does, and that shooting range. If he comes, and he knows he's got to know the chances on the wall are very slim, um, um, and he's got to be ready if there's just a snip of a crack for him to go through, just of a crack of the door open. He needs to learn how to fly right through that crack and just go like a bat out of hell through it. Yeah, Knox is gonna get the Frank treatment. Hope he gets traded to save his career. I maybe, but I could see. I still think Kevin Knox is gonna be very useful this year in this team. I have a feeling. Because you never know. Grimes looked good. All the kids, all the rookies looked really good on the team. They might struggle a little bit, and that might open the. That's what I mean. That opened the door or that crack. That's when Kevin Knox needs to take that and take the bull by the horn and just run with it, boy, big boy, run with it, and that's your opportunity. So he's gonna have to open some eyes in training camp. and not get frustrated and be ready. Maybe the first few games he might not get some playing time, but when one of the kids, rookie kids, starts struggling or even quickly a little bit, and they need to change up, or he's gonna have to really step it up big time. And I think he might. I think he's gonna have a really, for sure. I'm not gonna say he was gonna be all world, but I think he's gonna have a pretty nice, decent bounce back here, in my opinion. I have a feeling for
Yeah.
Kevin Knox. I think so.
Yeah, I know it's important for him too. And another reason why I think the Knicks might also keep Kevin Knox around. Let's say Alex Burks go down, Obi. If Obi go down, Kevin Knox might have to come in there and play the three. You know what I mean? To play the backup, the stretch. I mean, the backup four sometime. I think it could. And if Alex Burks go down, he might have to roll in at the backup three. You know what I mean? His length and size. I mean, he can shoot the ball. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Kevin Knox can shoot a basketball. You know what I mean? That's one thing he can do very well, and he can shoot a basketball. If he can get his game right, which he probably been working. I heard seen some clips of him working this summer, but he, and like Tim Smith said, Bacon and Knox may be competing for that. You're right. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot about him. Tim Smith, good call. Salute to Tim Smith for bringing that up. Yeah, man, absolutely. You got Bacon there and Knox, and that's a long body. Knox is a lengthy dude. You know what I mean? And I'd be surprised what he might do. Because I feel like this here. If you kept Frank for a year and then you didn't have no problem, not worry about getting a second round or anything, then they can't be that. They can't worry about Knox like that neither. Then I think if they kept Frank for a year and didn't worry about getting a second for him or whatever, then they should do the same thing for Knox. I think Knox can give you some buckets. You know what I mean? We'll see how that go, man. But good call, Tim Smith. But yeah, I mean, so we got to see a good one, Nick P, for the Knox situation as well. Hopefully, he get his game together, man. He come in there and produce on the court, you know what I mean, and get some, get his way back into the fold, you know what I mean? And because he was engaged last year, one thing I do respect Knox about what Knox did last year, you didn't see him hold his head down. You didn't see him not be a team player. When the team was doing good, he was cheering. He was, and that to me, that's respect. I respect guys like that. I might not get if you're going to give Theo Pinson all that love, and you got to give Knox that love too, because Knox was out there celebrating and having fun and, being part of the culture. And so that's good. So hopefully he gets some burn, man. Hopefully he got his thing together, BX. And, he come out here in his contract year and get it popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Remember, Obi Toppin is going to miss time in the season. Already, not by injury. He's going to be on paternity leave. Remember, he's expecting his first child. I don't know when that baby's. I don't know how long along, but I remember he announced that they were expecting. So he's going to when the arrival of his firstborn, and the NBA allows these players to have their paternity leave, and he's going to be on paternity leave for like 3 or 4 games. And who's going to step in? Kyle Gibson. So there's going to be opportunities there. I see Tim Smith already missing Steele.
Yeah, Deal's my boy, Tar Heel boy. Yeah, but that was a good segment, good call. Because I do think he's going to be on the team, and he going training camp. That's where he got to get it at. I think like I said, it's not a bad body to have there. I mean, the kid can play basketball. Wouldn't be on that team? If the Knicks didn't believe in Kevin Knox, they would have been got rid of Kevin Knox, or didn't think that he was worthy of being a Knick. They would have been got rid of Kevin Knox, you know what I mean? But I think that they might see some, and some people maturation takes longer, you know what I mean? And maybe he might be one of them late bloomers, you know what I mean? Maybe that's what the Knicks is looking at with him. Hopefully this might be that year for him to show it. He's in a contract year too. Now him and Mitchell Robinson, them cats in contract years, what y'all gonna do? So hopefully we'll see. Hopefully they give him some burn. He go in training camp and show out and force the Knicks hand, like, y'all see what I got. Play me or send me somewhere where I can have some time to play. So it's not a bad situation for him either one way or the other. If he ball out, then he's gonna be part of that team. If you don't, if he ball out, but they don't feel like they have to let him go. You know what I mean? Right, absolutely. Baba boy, 22 years old. That's what I mean. Man, this cat came in the league young, and that's another thing too. He was a baby, like John Calipari said. You got to give him some time. So let's hope and see if that go out. And on another note, man, Todd Gibson, they redid this thing, BX, 2 years. They had a 1-year deal. They redid it to 2 years. And y'all looked at the bottom of the ticker. The Knicks announced signing Todd Gibson and Alex Burks, reworked Gibson's deal, and signed him for 2 years, $10 million via exception. Burks 3 years, deal starts at 9.3 with a team option. Yeah, man. That was a good call. That tells me that Todd Gibson going to retire, and most likely this is his last stop in the NBA. Well
Beautiful.
deserved. I don't have a problem with that. It's interesting to me now. Like I said, your point guard spot is already intact. Now, depending on what the Mitch thing go, if Mitch gonna be, then your power. I mean, your center spot is intact. Him, Gibson, Noel, Mitch Gibson, Noel, they intact. I think that's good, man. I'm glad they did it. We need that veteran leadership. Because when he got there last year, that's when our center started playing better basketball. The day they signed Todd Gibson back on the Knicks, and the day them boys started playing better. Mitchell Robinson and Noel, and then obviously Mitchell Robinson got hurt. So you could tell with his veteran leadership, his knowledge of the game. This man been playing basketball for a minute in the NBA. He know every little, ain't nothing he don't know about the way cats move in the NBA. That's why he's so good at his defense, because there's nothing he haven't seen. He haven't seen. He's nothing Top doesn't haven't seen that these guys are doing right now in the NBA, because he's been doing it for 13 years or whatever the case may be. So it was a good signing, well signed for the Knicks, man. Like a coach on the floor, another extension of Thibodeau. Now you got Derrick Rose, who's an extension of him with the point guard. Now you got Todd Gibson, who's an extension of him at the center spot. So these guys get none but supreme knowledge from these guys. And that's a nice thing to see, BX.
Yeah, that's another coach on the floor. That's why when he got picked up in the Derrick Rose trade, that's when the Knicks excelled. You saw they took off. Everybody took their game, despite the fact of Julius Randle. Yes, Julius Randle was leading us as an all-star and was playing lights out, phenomenal. But then everyone else started do the different things, and the shooting percentage went up when those guys got there. They were making the defense turn into offense, the way Clyde likes to say, and it was a big deal to bring those two guys on there. And I'm glad that Pat Gibson got paid handsomely. The first deal that was first announced was like 2.5 million, and now he's at 2 years at 10 million, 10.1. That's beautiful. I'm glad that a young man, they take care of him, and a good guy, a guy to have on here. And it was wonderful to see that they brought him back, and also then that third year, that Burks contract isn't a bad. Also so second year, third year team option. That's another positive thing on there, and you gotta like it. I like
Yeah,
what the Knicks did, and it's phenomenal.
yeah. I second that, man. They did it wisely. I like Leon Rose said. That's why he brought the guy back, because you gotta have a cohesive unit out there, man. I think the way they deserved it, they earned that. Think about this here. They earned the right to come back to the Knicks. Not, because they was a part of that 41 win team. They was part of a season that we thought none of us thought the Knicks was going to have last year. At least not to that level. I thought they would be over 36 wins. I predicted 36 wins, but they sniffing for the playoff, but they went above. They exceeded my expectations. But you know what? Them guys was part of that. They were the reason why they were 41 and 31. So I have no problem bringing none of them guys back. They veterans. We need guys who've been in the league for a minute, so when you get to the playoffs, that experience kicks in. Because you know what I mean, and I think having them on that team makes a big difference. Because you think Derrick Rose had one of the better playoffs for the Knicks last year, and Todd Gibson, and Obi had a little bit better one than his first half, the early beginning of the season. But the main guy who had a good playoff was them veteran guys. You know what I mean, and that's why it's important to have veterans on your team. You look at the guys who go into these like Antetokounmpo on them, and Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday, and PJ Tucker, these, and Brook Lopez. They veterans. They've been in the league. They know the league. They know what pressure situations is. So the way they, by bringing these guys back, like Todd Gibson, Alex Burks, and Derrick Rose, and these guys, they know what a pressure situation is like, and we won't be rattled too much. Now we got more firepower to balance that out. So I think that's why I think it bodes well to me this year compared to last year, because we have more firepower now to go with that veteran experience for sure.
Right, I agree. Salute, 19 Con, man. I'm glad you see you here. I'm glad. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Yeah, that's a good thing. I was reading something about the veteran point guards can get Mitch the ball. Not just Mitch. It's gonna put everybody better. And Mitchell Robinson, like we've been talking, been saying he's foaming. He's foaming in the mouth to prove he already has aspiration of trying to win Defensive Player of the Year at best. I'm like, wow. Ooh, he looks like he's ready, man. He looks like he wants to. He's seen how the Knicks take care of all the other veterans here and giving them the right, good deals, team friendly, but also taking care of them. he's like, man, I know the Knicks are going to take care of me, so he's not going to worry about the bag. I think he knows he's going to get his bag, and he's just going to go out there and just show, hey, I'm healthy and I'm a force to be reckoned with. And you gotta love that with Mitch, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited about this whole thing, man. And I think, like I said, man, giving Todd that second year, let him retire. Nick, I'm good with that. He earned that. Alex Burks, they all tradable contracts. Though I think Alex Burks, people got to remember this here too now. Now that he know what he's set for a couple of years, he probably got the pressure off him, like worry about where he might we had to uproute his family or where he gonna move next. Or now his mind could be at ease because he know he gonna be where he gonna be at. He could lock in. You know what I mean? Okay, now I don't got to worry about this. And I know they're used to it because they're NBA ball players, but it's still good to know that you don't have to travel like you in a military family. You could be set for a couple of years, and I think that bodes well for him. I think now he got that pressure off of him. Now I got a contract for a couple of years, and if I ball out real hard, they got a team option. They can either keep me, or at least me and my family got 2 stable years to stay in a certain place. You know what I mean? And I think that takes the pressure off of Alex Burks. And Noel, same way, you know what I mean. But if it come down to the get down, we got to move them because they got to bring something here that's going to make it even more powerful. They understand it's a business, but they also understand that you know what, I'm pretty good for the next couple of years. Before I know I'm going to be in New York City, and I think they're going to really, really appreciate that. And that's one thing that you don't have to think about, on a daily basis neither. So I think that was a good sign about them. So salute to the Knicks, man. Salute to Leon Rose and all the guys. Bringing the band, putting the band back together, and bringing another couple of pieces to the band to make the music play more better. And I think that's what they're gonna do. I think you're gonna hear some sweet music in the Garden this year, man. And I'm looking forward to it, especially with the acquisition of all these dynamic rookies we got coming in here. I mean, just Sims, Grimes, and McBride alone done made that team, to me, is like deeper. They deeper, and they some guys I can see that will eventually be in the Knicks. Was so interesting about the way they give out these 2 and 3 year deals. It's going to be pretty hot that these young guys, a couple of years from now, they're going to be the ones on that starting lineup doing something, I think.
Right. And they now don't have to worry like I'm bringing these players in here. They're not ready or they're too raw. Their project, their laptop. And what we've seen so far in Summer League, it looks really good. It looks like they're coachable. They look like they're really wanting to put the work in, and they really want to make an impression. So now we're going to see. Now they passed the first test. Now this next test is the training camp, and if they pass it too and they play well, then Thibodeau and the organization know, wow, we got even more weapons to build on. So you got to love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I do think it bodes well. We should be pretty good there. And then like I said, Noel, what he earned that $10 million. I mean, the cat was defense monster for us last year. You know what I mean? Just a defense monster. He came in there and did what he had to do for us, and he made it real comfortable for Julius Randle and them, when knowing that they not the defense that he is, when them cats coming down that lane, and he was there to clean up that work for them. So that was a good sign, and I have no problem with that. They movable contracts. Kevin Bacon, we got to see what Bacon, not Kevin. We got to see what Bacon gonna do. I don't know. I'm thinking about the actor now. So but we got to see what he gonna do. And then we got to see what the rookies gonna do. I think you put it all together with that with the rest of the guys. You got a special sauce there, man. Get it popping.
Special sauce, man. Yeah, I like that one. Leon Rose special sauce. Because he's sprinkling all the right things, collaborative, and the whole organization from everybody. They're putting man. Like you said, it is a special sauce in that Knicks universe. Let me ask you a question. I didn't get to see the interview, the press conference at all. Was James Dolan there?
No, just Leon Rose, Scott Perry, and Tom Thibodeau.
Okay, all right.
And then you had press. 2 kids from the Garden of Dream Foundation had questions for them. Then they let the press answer questions. Mark Berman, the same usual suspects. Tim Bontemps, whatever, and I didn't see Seth. I think Seth Bondy was there. A couple of the same usual suspects were there.
All right. Okay, so I'm surprised no Dolan. Probably was in the Hamptons somewhere in the cruise.
Dolan don't get too caught up in the mix anymore. Like he used to.
That's good though. That's good. Stay back. Stay back. Stay out of the way from. We will see you when we get the Larry O'Brien trophy. Then you could come in and
right.
Massage
he came to a summer league game.
He did. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something about Dolan. Dolan loved basketball, though. he loved Nick basketball. That man he loved Nick basketball, despite what the cat might not off some shit we might not agree with what he did off the court. But that man loved Nick basketball. You know, he always at the court side. He always cheering his guys on. He go with Leon Rose and them guys. Even Perry them there. He was traveling with them guys to the combines and all that. He's engaged. I mean, that's his product. You know, he should be engaged. You know, just like Mark Cuban engaged all the time, Steve Ballmer engaged all the time. You know, he got a right to be there. You know, hey, shit, that man, he put that money up. He ain't never cheated the Knicks when it come to money. But yeah, he wasn't at the press conference though. You know, not to make it about James Dolan, but no, yeah, but it was a good press conference. Yeah, it was a press conference. It was a good press conference. It wasn't long. BX was short, and then you know after that they had their own. I seen a picture of him, Ian Begley. They were above on top of the Empire State Building, whatever the case may be. So that all that good stuff. I mean, it was fun, man. It was a good day in New York yesterday. The press conference was nice, and you know when you can get a little bit of Knick headline on an all season, the Knicks do good with that, and that press conference worked out real good yesterday. Yeah, you're right, Bravo Bowie. Yeah, that took me back a little bit, but brother, excuse me, man. I've got bacon for a name, but ain't the bacon we supposed to be talking about.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it was good though. It was phenomenal. So I was pretty pleased with that yesterday to see him doing it. Pete Ramos, my man, salute Pete.
Hey, Pete, man, I'm glad to see you there, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yep, I agree with you. Get 100%, Pete Ramos. Yeah, man. But yeah, it was good. It was a good press conference overall. It was the Knicks did their thing, man. I was happy with. I was happy with the way that Fournier and Kemba Walker what they were speaking about. What they expect. I mean, they really hit the nail on the head for me. A+ when it comes to that. I mean, Fournier, he's a wise guy. He knows basketball. You know, he spits it straight, you know, to the truth. So I think that was real fun, man. That was for sure.
All right, then he indulged himself to the fans. He's embracing it. He's embracing the fact that he's in the city. He really is embracing it. He's looking forward. He's excited, and I think it's gonna be a match made well for the New York.
Damn funny.
You know, Days Only is a fan of Knicks because when they lose, we kick everyone out of the garden.
I do the same in my broom. Yeah, you guys want to. Yeah, man. BFF. Sorry, I did. That was a funny.
No, we're good. That was a good one. Not Baba Booey wants to know if they serve corned beef sandwiches.
Yeah, it probably do, Baba Booey for sure. But yeah, man. It was good, man. It was a good press conference, guys, and I was happy about that. I'm happy about the Todd signing. I'm happy about all the signing. I'm glad you brought these guys back, man. That it was worth it. I had no problem with what the Knicks did. All we gotta do now is let that thing gel on court, and hopefully we can get this thing rolling, get us in a good winning percentage. Like I said, I wanted 52 wins, so I'm hoping we can accomplish that and get ready to get into the playoffs and make up for last year's first round exit, man. But I like what we did, for sure. I have no problem with what the Knicks did when it comes to this thing, man. I think they did it the right way, so I got to salute them for that.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Let me read but let's see what Pete Ramos wrote. Everyone talks about it, but he's the real talk. Us New Yorkers are great. We're gonna get him. Yeah, you know what I like when this team does get really good and they have to go over the luxury tax or get to that penalty. That man would not hesitate to go over and pay whatever bill it is, as long as they know he's getting close to winning the title or winning. Because he did it when the teams weren't so good. He was remember the Knicks were trapped. They had a luxury bill and all that, and he kept paying it because the garden fills up. We go out there and we fill the garden and we actually go and support the team. And I think that man will invest and will go over the luxury tax to just bring a winner here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he will. And D. Ross, salute my brother D. Ross in the building. D. Ross, salute. Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, he always did it, man. You know what? He might didn't make the right decisions, but he was willing to make the decisions. You know, he tried his best. He did the workout, but at least he tried to do it. He ain't cheap. You know what I mean? Look at Milwaukee Bucks. Look at them. Milwaukee Bucks haven't won a championship since 1971, 72. You know, so we weren't the only ones that haven't won one in a long time. So they got there. Now we're gonna get ours. So hopefully that's the way it's paying out. But yeah, man. I think the Knicks is good with that. But let me ask you a question: with the Todd Gibson extension, restructured, 10 million, 5 each year. Now you're looking at Mitch, him, Noel, obviously Simmons in the future. Do you have a problem with KJ? Salute, my brother. Salute. Do you have a problem? Do you think it will be a problem? Not do you have a problem? Do you think it'll be a problem? Do it have you think about maybe what the Mitchell Robinson situation can be?
You know what? There's a 20% chance that it might be something negative in effect. It's only 20% because
Mm.
Robinson might get frustrated, or not even him, his management team, that they want to try to get that kid close to $20 million contract. 5 year, 100 million. And there might be some rumblings in the beginning. Something leaked out. Oh, they're not utilizing him properly, but they might not be utilizing him properly because he's coming back from a broken foot. They want to bring him in, acclimate him in there. They want to, keep him fresh, keep him going. Utilize his minutes smaller, and he might get frustrated thinking they're trying to hold him back so he won't get his bag. So that's one thing. In the beginning of the season, I hope there's a 20% chance that it might be something negative, but I hope not. I hope that gets nipped in the butt, and like I said, everyone has to buy in like last year, and if they all buy in, and I think with the veteran leadership that they have on the team, it might leak out maybe, but it'll be quiet. Like when he said that, remember last year it was leaked out that he wanted to be more pivotal on the offense. He wanted to be featured more on the offense, and it was just a talking point for like about a week maybe, and it got nipped in the butt. It got quiet. So
Right.
I think look for that to might happen again, and I think this team will nip it in the rear end. The way the leadership and the clubhouse presence that they have.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just it's just interesting, but yeah, I don't think it'll have too much of an effect on what's going on with the team. I wouldn't think so. It just was something I thought about, but yeah, I don't even see that being an issue. I
No,
just think they go forward.
it's a good talking point, a conversation point to have because it in we the world is round, and it's not all peaches and cream. There's always issues. There's uncomfortableness and problems, but we don't really focus on that because, like I said, they're gonna have leaders in that team that could nip it in the butt. But could it be a problem? Yeah, we can't turn a blind eye that they might be it's a minor situation with that. That's all I see.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even think it's gonna be an issue. And I listen. That's why I think this team is gonna be dope. Because, like I said, Mitchell Robinson in a contract year too. I mean, like, listen, he might show out. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I've got to get my money, so I'm gonna let these people know that I'm worthy of this money. That's not a bad problem. Gonna be ball out. The salary cap goes up pretty soon anyway. Joe Kim Noah money comes up the book pretty soon. Give him. So and they got if he ball out hard and you got to move Noel's contract, then so be it. You know what I mean, or whatever. I mean, I think this is a big year for Mitchell Robinson. It's the make or break for sure. I mean, this cat got a chance to just, like he said, set his family up pretty good. And I read a tweet from him, on a tweet from Robinson earlier, was yesterday or today, how he was explaining about growing up, I never had opportunities, and in these type of words, basketball gave me an opportunity to be able to take care of my daughter, my family. This is Mr. Robinson in the tweet, and I don't think he's not gonna take advantage of this, and so he already know, like, this is the opportunity for me to really, really do things that I never could do when I was a young man. You know what I mean? Growing up, now, and now I got an opportunity to put myself, my family in a certain place in life. That young man ain't gonna turn that he ain't gonna not take that opportunity. So I think you're just gonna get a real crazy Mitchell Robinson ball out season this year. I think the man I think he's gonna get it popping. I mean, like I said, I was telling VX earlier about this. I see this guy on Bleach Report, Ariel. He was breaking down some Mitchell Robinson footage against Atlanta. He had it against Indiana, Portland, and man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. He showed one clip of Mitchell Robinson. When Trae Young brought the ball up, right? He went out towards Trae Young. When Trae Young changed his motion, Mitchell Robinson then backed up to the center. Somebody threw a pick. Trae Young got the ball again. Mitchell Robinson comes up, and then Trae Young shoots a 3-point shot. He blocks it. You don't get a lot of cats can do that. You know what I mean? That cat literally by himself controlled that whole situation that whole play by himself. I was like, come on, man. You know what? That you can't teach that. Them instincts, you know what I mean? If anything, that boy got the way he did that, man. And Trey Young pulled up for that three, and Mitchell Robinson that you're not getting that, and blocked it. And you know that's why I said we missed him in the playoffs, because the way he covered ground, the way he could get to the guard real quick to slow him up, and then get back to the center. He know how to disrupt a play real good with his length and his speed and his versatility to get all over the place. I just think that it bodes well for him, and that's why I hope this Mitchell Robinson balls out, man. That's my guy, man. I hope he stay healthy and he just take it to another level this year, man. Salute to my man Sarge in the building. You already know what it is, Sarge.
Salute to Allah Wise.
Salute, peace, Allah Wise, peace.
And let's see what KJ Wright Snacks is going to have to be an all-star preseason if he's going to get some playing time. I really don't see his spot on the team. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. KJ, we talked about Docs. He's going to have a really good, impressive preseason, and I'm going to rehash what I said. If the door is left a little bit open, he needs to just run out. You know, like when you have a little dog, you know, one of those little chihuahuas or one of those, you know, little dogs that if you leave the door open, they go flying right out like that. Jack Russell Terrier. That's what he needs to be. If anyone gets an injury on the spot to get on the floor for any type of play, he needs to just run out and take the whole, you know, and just run with it and go on attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's gonna be a big year for all them guys. Like I said, Kevin Knox had mentioned contract years. They got to ball out, man. You know what I mean? I think they got an opportunity to. I mean, they got an opportunity because you know you got them young thoroughbreds coming up behind them now, so they better ball out. Because listen, Grind, and McBride ain't playing. You know, so they got to get their game popping, man. If not, you know, there might be a problem because them young boys coming in can shoot that ball pretty good, man. I'm like, the boys can play BX. So we got to see, man. We got to hope that Kevin Knox and Mitchell Robinson. I'm confident Mitchell Robinson's going to take a step, though, guys. This real talk. I think Mitchell Robinson in the contract year is going to tear this thing up. I think he's going to tear it up. I think you got a double I think he's a walking double this year for sure. I'm going 12. I'm going 10 and 10, 10 and 12, easy. Mitchell Robinson this year, easy. I just think I think that's what he's on. You know what I mean? My man, Stu Prince the Bun. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think he got a chance to bring the smoke, Prince, and now this is a big year for him. And I do think, if like I said, between Alex Burks or Obi Toppin might have to sit back for a minute because of injury or something. I hope they don't. This is going to be a time for Knox to get in there to really, really try to get this thing popping. I think he got an opportunity. You know, like I said, some people. Their maturation takes longer. They mature takes longer than some other people. And I just think that him coming here at 18 years old, just like I said earlier, Calipari, I repeat it again, it's going to take some time. But he got talent, though. That boy, every single day he dunked off Ben Simmons, I would never doubt Kevin Knox. I like, just give the boy some time. You know what I mean? He's going to be in a good place.
We like hyena.
Yeah, you know it. We are. You ain't kidding. I gotta get this thing off this thing, this chat, before I can send a link out there. But I don't know what's wrong. I got something in here that's keeping in the way. But yeah, man, it's exciting to see. The Summer League signing went well. I had no problem with that. I think that went well. The Summer League signing, I think the free agent signings went well. So I think that was fun to see yesterday. For sure, the press conference was live. And it was funny to see Tibbs laughing and joking, you know, smiling. That was good to see. You know, he always got that angry, that mean mugging look to him all the time. So it was pretty good to see that yesterday. Like, man, Tibbs ain't mean mugging nobody today. He kind of cutting it up with these cats. It was pretty funny. Prince, he can be our spark plug and wildcard. He sure can. I agree. D-Rob, buckle up. The season will be blasting. It will be, man. It's about that time to get popping in New York City, man. We gotta get ready for this guy. We're gonna have to strap in this year because there's gonna be some you making too much noise moments in the Garden. The minute Kemba Walker hits somebody with the step back, your wife will be like, yo, you turn the TV down. I start screaming. Or when Mitchell Robinson go over the top and just throw it on somebody. It's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be fun. Nick, see, this might be one of the better fun. See, we had a fun. Last year was phenomenal. I really 9 wins in a row. They had the streets buzzing. Salute to CT. I mean, it was like crazy. So this year, if we, with the pressure being on us, because now we becoming the hunted, not the hunter, because people are gonna be hunting us now because they know we can get down. So when you walk in there, it's gonna, it's gonna be funny. But man, it's gonna be live in there if we have a successful season.
Ooh, that's a good question.
How much does Kimba go for opening night? 25. I think they're gonna. Hey, Dan. I think they're gonna give it to him. I think that though that's an unselfish team. I think Evan Fournier and Kimba Walker. I think Julius Randle gonna get a 4 of them boys that night against Boston. Go get it, man. They got owe them one. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Man, we can't start our bench and still be good. Absolutely. Yeah, we deep, bro. We deep as anything in there. Tim Smith. I got to. Tim Smith said when it pop up there. Here we go. Tim Smith. It was funny when they asked Kimba about playing back-to-back. Tibbs was, he's playing. Yeah, exactly, Tim. I said that earlier. That was funny. Tibbs had a smile on Tibbs' face. I was like, man, that's what you want to see, man. Everybody loosen up, because when they know when they get to practice and everything, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be like Ted blowing whistles. Yo, man. It's gonna be wild. But yeah, man, I think we good to go there, man. I really do think I'm happy. I'm happy as a Knicks fan. I'm excited as a Knicks fan. Robert Parr, this offseason has been more hype than the actual season of the past. Absolutely. We hungry for more last season. The taste. Last season was the taste. It was, Robert. I agree 100%. It was, man. Mitch should be able to get 14, 10, and 2. I ain't mad, Lawad. I think he can too, man. I just think the way that floor going to open up, I think sky the limit for Mitch this year, man. I really do. So I hope he really get in here and just get it popping, man. I want to see rookie Mitch come back when he had like eight block shots, and he had that 23-point game against Chicago. He was killing no Cats, man. That's what the Mitch I want to see. That game last year before he got hurt, 10 points, 16 rebounds at halftime against Drummond them. Then he stepped on somebody's ankle, and that was it. That's why I think you got to watch out. Mitch going to be on a tear. He's going to be on a tear for some reason. And let me ask you a question. What makes, to the chat too, and everybody who might be chiming in, what makes you want Miles Turner that much opposed to Mitch? Is it because you think his offense game is better, or what makes you want Miles Turner more than Mitchell Robinson? If you guys could give me your thoughts on that.
It's going to be interesting to see what people write. I can't wait to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I really want to see why people want that. I got the offensively, maybe the shooting, but like I said, Mitch could do some things a lot of centers in the NBA can't do. But I want to hear what some of the cats in the chat may think of that. And that would be interesting. There you go. He said the good thing is with us being so deep, Tibbs can play Randall, Rose, Barrett, and so many. Yeah. And then P. Ramos said shooting. Dan said I'm okay with Mitch. I'm with you on that one, Dan. Everything looks beautiful to me. I agree, D-Ross. Offensive definitely, but Turner has to stay healthy in order to play. Yeah, they all like that, man. I agree with you, Robert, but I'm a Mitch guy, so I'm good. We drafted that young man at 36. He's keeping that homegrown talent, bringing him up through he a part of this thing, man. I just think that that's why I want Mitch to be here, because we drafted him. That's why I wanted Kevin, all these guys, man. We drafted these guys, and they but they family and but their skill set might didn't translate, but I want Mitch. But people would want Turner to shoot. And I agree with you, P. Ramos. I think that's what a lot of people on is that right there. If there was anything, it would be the offense, but I'm good with Mitch. Me too, man. I got a thumbs up on the Mitch guys, and I'm with y'all on that. And like Rob said, we straight with Mitch. Yeah, man. And that's why I want to know what people think about that, because it was a lot of buzz out there about that. Would Miles Turner for Mitch? I don't know. That's hard for me to swallow right there, because I just think, like I said, I was telling you about that clip earlier. A guy for some reason saw it. I can't find a way to get this link in there. If I do, I'll send in just in case you want to come on. So I'm not annoying you guys. I'm stuck with something in the chat, and it won't let me re-chat nothing. Let me try it and see. It's gonna be the same chat I did earlier. Okay, let me try this. Nah, but see, it's not giving me the link. I don't know what that is. I gotta find that out. But yeah,
I'm gonna try. Hold on, I'll try.
okay. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I'm good with that, man, for sure. Because he said trade for Turner at the deadline and sign Bill next offseason. Boy, you really want to go for it. He ain't playing. He is not playing with that one. He said, people acting like Mitch can't add to his offense game. If coach gives him the light to shoot, then he will. We will see. I agree, Robert. I think he might see that this year. Because I seen a clip of Mitch this year, and he was knocking him down. I mean, not that he's gonna be shooting three. I seen him in one clip. He knocked down like 13 in a row. Didn't even budge, bro. Straight knocking him down. I'm like, he got a good free shot. He shot 27% in high school. I think you never know. He might get to open up. They might open up that offense and let Mitch get a little thing in there, man. Because you do think about Noel last year. Noel was shooting some little nice baseline jump shots last year. So I don't see why he would let Mitch do that. And I hope Mitch take advantage of that.
My doesn't come up. I'm writing in the chat. My thing don't come up either.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And like I'm stuck with the Ian Beckley thing here. Excuse me, guys. Just trying to figure out this thing to get the chat up there. But yeah, man. But overall, we had good problems. We don't have no bad problems on the Knicks team this year. None. No bad problems. All good problems. I think they're all good problems to have. And I think everybody gonna lock in and
finally.
I do think he is the key BX. I really had that connection. Imagine the opportunity that Kemba and Rose. Yeah, that's what I mean, man. I salute Robert Goodwin. Them guys will throw that ball up there, and Mitch can go up there and get it. I think he bangs out this year, and I think our team bangs out this year. We're gonna be deep, man. I think the Knicks. I'm not a hyperbole guy. I'm an eye test guy. I try to deal with facts, not fiction. But just from watching basketball for me for a period of time, I just like what they did. I like the players we got. I like the unselfishness they played with last year. Randall got to get his. Arden got to get his. Everybody got to get theirs last year. It wasn't no selfishness on that team. You know what I mean? And I think that bodes well for the guys coming up. So let's see, man. A healthy Mitch, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier coming to the mix. That team is way better than the last year's team because Mitch didn't play all last year, and we didn't have Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker at the 1 and 3. So I think that team takes a nice step next year. Dan Alcala said, I need Mitch to shoot threes, but if he gets a post up, he can just ride from inside the arc, knock it down, then I feel like that would make his game complete. Absolutely. I second that, Dan. Absolutely. And I think that you might see that maturation. Like I said, he in a contract year. You just never know. He might really want to go get it this year. You know what I mean? Like I said, the man want to provide for his family. He want to be able to say that I'm part of this thing. I think he gets it, though. So let's see how it go. Because we definitely deep in that position, especially with the emergence of that young man coming out of Summer League, Jericho Sims. Man, the Knicks good for the next 3 or 4 years. For me, 5 years for his talent. And they still got all the draft picks ahead of them. Getting more. It seems like every day they're getting more draft picks. I'm like, man, they're going to be like Oklahoma City, but with a better team. They got draft picks for days right now. So, I mean, the organization's in a good spot. They got assets. That's the one thing that they didn't have in the past. Now they got assets. They got a lot of assets to move. They got a lot of assets they can wheel and deal. They're not tied in a long-term contract set for Julius Randle, which is 4 years and well-deserved. And that's the only one. So when Alex Burks and all them contracts come out the book, if RJ Barrett's qualified to get that money, then they're gonna be able to pay out. They're gonna be able to pay him. So I like the way they did this thing. That your next player who should get that 4-year deal is probably gonna be.
Hopefully you come back. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me see. David said, "What's your prediction for this team after 20 games?" I'm going 15-5. I think I'm gonna go with you on that.
I haven't seen the schedule, so I don't know if how many games on the road. It's. I really need to see that full schedule to determine that. I would love that. I would love to. We need to start off strong, and get into that. But until I see a schedule, I'm not gonna say how they should start. I would love that though. From your lips to God's ears, I'll take. If I have to sign up there without seeing the schedule, I'll sign that right now.
Con Man said 13-7. Will Julius Randle contract is great, so I'm so glad we got him signed. Absolutely, I second that. I second that for sure. Shaw Power, salute my brother. Appreciate you coming in, Shaw. What it do? Yeah, man. Let me see. Is this team better than 2013 54? KW, that's a good question. Oh man, that's a good question, bro. You gotta let me think about that, and I'll get back to you on that one, KW. KJ, I'm sorry. That's a good one, man. That's
It,
a good.
it is a better team all around. It's deeper. The only thing, yeah, it's much deeper. Salute to Shay Power. I'm glad you up here. I think it's much deeper and it's younger, in my opinion. I think Divine froze up, guys. You
Yeah.
okay? Oh,
Am
all
I
right.
back there?
Yeah, you're back, sir. You're back. You're back.
Yeah, sorry, I must have had that storm coming through, and I'm sorry about that. Yeah, man, but that's a good question. I'm gonna say, wow. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I can say it's hard for me.
Yep, he's frozen. It's hard because it's a different era of basketball, kind of. Even though some of the older players are still around, but it's a fun debate. It is a fun debate. So we have time now. I think there's no that, so it makes a good debate. So let's see. Let's see, Divine. Are you back now?
Yeah. It is. That's awesome, man. That's a good point. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I'm living in the moment. I take a yes, KW. I think they more athletic. They got more. They depth. They deep though. That team was deep too though, for sure. Pete Ramos said this team has more potential. I can see that. Sean Powell said, I think we're around 100 points with the starters. Hey, Sean, that's that. I said 80. I was like 75, 80. Boy, if you get that out the first unit, then Knicks win the championship. That's Brooklyn. Fuck. Hey, Sean, I hope you're right. Sean, I hope you're right, man. That's a lot of scoring in the first unit, 100 points. Woo! They're gonna be lighting it up, man. So
yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. But I ain't gonna put it past anybody. I won't. But that's a good problem to have. And man, forget you, Bob. We ain't thinking about you, man. But yeah, man, real talk. That's a good problem to have, guys. It really is. Comment about 80 to 85. Yeah, that's what I was at 75, 80. So I can see you stretching to 5 more points because, like I said, if you look at you take everybody's average, though it's going to be a little different because it's going to be more ball distribution, more sharing the ball, and more, Julius Randle. Let's say Julius Randle knocked down 24 again this year. RJ give you, I'm going to go 18, 19. He probably would do 20, but now that we got Kemba Walker and Fournier, you might not get as many shots as he would with Alpha Payton being there and Reggie Bullock. So that might change. So let's say you give RJ 18, you give Fournier 17, 18, you give Kemba 16, 17, and Mitch 10. Wow, that's a pretty good offense team right there. That's just on the average. They all do that on a consistent basis, and that's not that team with Derrick Rose and Alex Burks, easy for 14, 15. Derrick Rose, Alex Burks, 12 to 13, 14. Quickly like 11, 12. OB. That's going to be a high-powered team right there offensively, man, believe it or not. I think that's a lot of scoring going around here.
That is a lot of scoring. They're balanced. That's what I'm trying to help you fix your streaming problem here. But that is a lot of balance. You're gonna be a bunch of 17-point on the game going around. Yeah, I believe that. That's balance. That's balance. That's what you want because your teams don't know who's gonna score or when they're gonna score, and you're like, man, this guy gives 17, and teams are gonna like, who do we pick and choose to stop? Who do we game plan for? And then the emergence of other players around them going off for 17, that's gonna be fun.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I got to figure out how to get this. With the high power for sure, my brother. That's gonna be crazy. Yeah, man. Yo, Knicks Real Talk. We in here, man. Yo, great show, great cat. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all already know where it's at. Jet for life. Salute to you, my brother. We will see you. But the chat is where it's at. BX and me in here holding it down, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. We having a good time tonight. going on to the chat. You never know. Yeah, man. See, that's why now people see I just think we got a good team down here. I think we got a good team down here. I think we got a chance to really do some good things. And if our defense can hold up like it did last year, I don't know if we'd be strong as much as we would because we might be losing that. Alpha Payton and Reggie Bullock can D you up. You know what I mean? They some good defenders. But Fournier is not a slouch. Let's not get it twisted. We have to see how he play better. But if the defense anyway close his offense, then that's going to be nice for New York next year. And that's real talk. And I just think that the effort, they play with effort. Kemba Walker tell they play with effort. You know, and man, I love it though, man. I love the enthusiasm about because that's a lot of offense, man. If they can pull that off, we in the house. How can I? Yeah, we definitely in the house.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you, man. I'm good. I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing off this banner, but it seems like it ain't working for me. Yeah, man. But I think I'm good, guys. I'm good with that. I'm excited about it. I'm looking at everybody contributing. I'm looking at Tom. I think Tom Thibodeau's smiling right now. And he's like, "Yep, I got me some firepower down here. Let's get it popping." And I think that's what's going to happen. First game of the season against Boston. That's going to be interesting.
What we haven't talked about.
Got him. Yes, we got him in. Thank you, BX. Hey, listen, guys, we're going to do a 30-second promo break. We're going to come back. We got Sarge in the building with us. Don't go nowhere. Let's get it popping. Let's keep it popping. I'll be right back, guys. 30 seconds. Let me get a break in here. We come right back to you, man. Salute. Yeah, we back, man. Salute. We got my man Sarge in the building. Sarge, salute. What up, my brother?
What's good? You know, it's always a good time when you guys have me on the panel. It's always a good time. You know what I'm saying? You see the background. I got my green screen, so I'm going to get that going on and popping here upcoming in the short term. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, any day above ground is a good day. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
That's how I roll. But I'm listening to you guys talk, and I agree with everything that you guys are saying. You know what I'm saying? The problems that the Knicks have right now is a good problem to have. We haven't had this problem in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good problem to have. I'm looking forward to the season. Like we talked about the other day when I was on the panel with you guys. You know, if the season could start tomorrow, I'm good. I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what these guys do. I want to see how this roster pans out. I want to see, hopefully there's a different aspect to the offensive mindset of the team. It's what my concerns are right now. I want to make sure that we're able to capitalize on the athleticism that we have on this roster right now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we do got a pretty good athletic team though. I mean, man. I don't know what I want to see though. Started to be
Sippy cup.
Oh, Divine is frozen.
I see Baba Booey saying that he's still pushing that GoFundMe page for Divine's internet.
Man, don't talk about me about it, Baba Booey. Yeah, but I'm looking at it having a blowout game.
Oh my God!
They want a game. Excuse me. Then they bringing on young guys. Remember Bride, Grimes, Obi, Sims, and Mitchell Robinson. I want to see them cats run up and down that court and like Jack Rabbit. They just throwing it up. Lob City.
No doubt. No doubt.
So hey, did you see? What do you think about the press conference yesterday?
You know what? I need to go back and watch it. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, it wasn't too long. It wasn't too long. It was good though. It was good. It was good. I like what I heard from the two guys. I like what I heard from after that the organization and Leon Rose, like I was telling BX everybody, they was there. And it was just overall positive, good feeling. I mean, Cardiac came back in the building, and it was just a good feeling, man. So I think that was a really, really good press conference. I was excited about it, and I can't wait for them to get that thing popping, though, for sure.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And just the fact that these guys are excited about playing in the Garden and being on the team, you know what I'm saying? That speaks volume. So what you don't want to have when someone comes in the building is, them being a distraction to the team, or being a negative impact to the camaraderie and the chemistry that the guys already got built up, right? You want to be able to build off that. So I'm interested to see how this is going to work out.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Tibno got it under control, man. I think it's one thing I like about it is there's no selfish cats on that team.
Yep, right.
And it's so important that we got guys who are not selfish. They nobody trying to outshine nobody. They brought in two guys who not looking before you try to outshine Julius Randle. They just want to get in where they fit in. And I think it's going to be huge for that team, believe it or not. BX.
I'm with you.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, he said the 2013 roster: Kidd, Felton, J.R. Smith, Carmelo Anthony, Stoudemire, Camby, Rasheed Wallace, Tyson Chandler, Steve Aldridge, KJ. Think about that again. I might have to go back to that. I might have to take that back, man. That's for real. That is a deep team right there. Kidd. Listen, you got Hall of Famer. Stoudemire should get in. Rasheed Wallace, Hall of Famer.
You definitely got some pieces on that team, right? But I would say, I guess the caveat to that, coach, would be this: what style of basketball are we playing? Are we playing the 2013 style of basketball, or their era of basketball? Or are we playing the current style of basketball? That's important. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we're playing the current style of basketball, I might have to go with the roster that we have as currently constructed right now. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at these guys, you talk about a Rasheed Wallace, you're talking about guys bringing the ball up the court and pounding it in the paint. On the opposite end of the spectrum, what you're talking about is guys coming up and getting that three ball in, and that's what they do. That's the game today, right? So it just depends on what style of basketball we're playing as to who wins that outcome.
With that team that you were mentioning, all those players, but they all and our eyes wrote it before I spoke it. They all broke down.
Yeah.
One thing about that, part that helped them set the tone in that 2013 season was Rasheed Wallace.
Yep.
He had them. They all bought in, and he led by example the way he played, and it carried over. That carryover effect. We saw it in the playoffs. Everybody else ran out of gas. We saw Steve Novak was one dimensional. You saw, Tyson Chandler wasn't an offensive threat. He was pretty much Nolan's Noel. If you think about it, a little bit more defensively, maybe or rebound more better. Pablo Prigioni a little too old for to keep up with the style of basketball played.
Right.
Raymond Felton was our version of Peyton. Everybody was upset with him with that. And then J.R. Smith was like either a combination of Reggie Bullock and Alex Burks, heckle and jive. You could get a hell of a game from J.R. Smith whenever you can, but there was times, man, he couldn't throw the ball in the ocean. And the one strong staple was Carmelo Anthony, and that's what we had with Julius Randle. But Melo, missed on that dunk, Roy Hibbert, and he just didn't recover. And those are the parallel similarities. The only difference is this team is younger, they're getting better, and Jason Kidd just broke down. He just ran out of gas.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think that at the end of the day, it's all about excuse me. It's all about the head coach being able to manage the talent on the floor, right? So you have to know you guys, you have to know how many minutes they can play, that they can effectively play. I mean, you can keep on the court the whole night, but are they effective? You know what I'm saying? You got to know if and when you're effective, and when I need to pull you out, and then how I sub the guys, whatever that rotation looks like, and still be effective. I think in this day and age, the coaching staffs are a little bit more aware, and we may not get the rotation that we want. Because I'm telling you right now, I looked at some of the rotational decisions Tibbs made last year, and I'm scratching my head like, what are we doing right now? What is really going on right now? But you live and you learn, and I hope and pray that he learns from last year's debacle, and he's able to utilize the athleticism that we have on the team this year.
Yeah. That's true. Let me ask you a question. With a really truly all-star level point guard, Tibbs the offense thing. Now you know what it is to me. Last year, Tibbs he didn't have too many options. You know what I mean? I don't think he and now this year, I mean, shit, he could go down to grinding if he had to. That's what's so scary. I'm wondering to see how we're gonna do Sarge and BX, because now he got more depth. He didn't have that depth like that last year. He was like, he had to kind of like, okay, if I take Alpha Payton out, if David Rose get tired, I got Frank, I got Knox.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping it change. I'm hoping I'm hoping now, because I agree with you. He do need to make that offense click a little different. But I think with this firepower he got now, let's see, man. Let's see how this thing go, New York. And I think we're gonna be rolling it out next year. Like you said, 100-some point. I think they can make it happen. I think them cooks.
Listen, I think that I'm sorry, BX. Go ahead, BX.
No, go. I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
So I think that the starting unit would give us at least 105 points on average, based on who's on the floor, right? If these guys are clicking, that's 105 points. Before we even get to the bench and start subbing people in, right? And we know our bench is the most prolific bench that we have right now in the NBA. We know that as Knicks fans, right? So you got these guys coming off the bench and they're scoring buckets and buckets on buckets. That's what we got going on. But again, that only works if Tibbs has the wherewithal to listen to a Johnny Bryant when he's in his ear and saying, "Hey Tibbs, this is what I need for you to do. This is the offense we need to run. We need to capitalize on the athleticism that we have with the starting five." You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, once you build that persona up, you bring in the second squad. Oh my goodness! And you already know that. Look, second squad. Here we go. Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Alec Burks, and Nerlens Noel. Stop playing with me right now. And these guys are used to playing together. That's what people don't understand. That continuity matters. It matters. So if I'm on the break and I see BX on my wing, I already know what he's gonna do. He's going straight to the hole. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw the alley-oop up, and here come Obi Toppin. Right, that boom, summer league all over again. Oh my God,
man! Listen, hey Todd, if the Knicks, I'm hoping you're right, because the Knicks put up 105 in that starting unit. Knicks going to the finals. I'm telling y'all right now. The Knicks dropped 105. Listen, you might be right, because they got what I think is so crazy is the salute Silk T, salute my brother.
Silk T, what's going on, man? Did I freeze or Divine freeze?
No, Divine first. That GoFundMe page. Here we go.
Here we go. Pass the plate, collection plate. We're gonna pass the collection plate. Every nickel, every penny, everything.
Bring it
we
on.
Don't care. We don't care if it jingles, but we'd rather have the ones that fold. So
there you go. You want the ones that fold for sure. For sure.
That's right. I got enough of the other ones. But yeah, man, I think Todd, you're right though. If they score like that, man, that's gonna be a hard team to beat. Plus, with the defense they play, we might sacrifice a little bit of defense. But man, the Knicks starting unit score anything over 85 a game, the Knicks will be a problem.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a problem. And I see it coming, just because if you think about it, and this is how I think about the game, right? So I believe that Julius Randle is going to want to come back and prove to people that last year wasn't a fluke. I can do this every year. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got R.J. Barrett that's out there saying that I need to continue to make those progressions to let people know that, hey, I was worth that first round draft pick that the New York spent on me when they drafted me. Now we got Evan Fournier and the Kemba Walker in the mix. They're saying, okay, we the new kids on the block, but guess what? We here to stay. So, and we're gonna prove our worth and what we got going on right now. And then after we say all that, you got a big dude, the big guy that's down low that says, hey, listen, I've been hearing all this little, the chatter that's been going back and forth. Am I worth, a max deal, this, that, and the third? Do I have a mid-range game? Questioning the fact that I bulked up and all this, that, and the Mitchell Robinson, right? So Mitch got something to prove this year. I'm telling you, everybody that is on that starting unit has something to prove in their own way. In their own way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I second that because this team is gonna be nice. This is gonna be nice to see. We're gonna have a fun time in New York City because we are a talented team. I just think they talented, and they're not the big names. Sometimes you don't need all the big names. Look at that year Miami made the run with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. I mean, these cats ain't no superstars. I mean, they ain't household names, but you know what? They took all the little individual talent, put it together, man. They got in that bubble, went for a ride. You know what I mean? And that's what to me what they did last year with Atlanta. They took Trae Young and a bunch of average dudes, a little bit some above average, and got on a ride. You know what I mean? So I think that team we got. Put like this here: Julius Randle going to give you what what's his name? Trae Young will give you,
right?
Fournier give you what more than what Herder give you, and I think RJ give you more than what Hunter and them would give you. And I do think Kemba Walker give you more than John Collins will give you. I'm just talking about just from a point perspective. And Mitchell Robinson, and Mitchell Robinson can give you what Capella can give you. So I'm just saying. I mean, listen, and them cats can knock it down too. Over them cats we got, then Fournier or 40% 3-point shooter from all point of that, anywhere in that court almost 40%. Randall 41% from three. RJ 39% last year. I mean, Kemba Walker, 35, 36%, a little bit above league average, and Mitchell Robinson doing what he do. I think that could be deadly. I think it could be deadly.
Don't forget Derrick Rose improved in his.
Man.
It was at 42%. Derrick Rose. That was one of his career highs. So.
And the thing that we're not talking about right now, the only thing we're talking about right now is the starting five, right? But think about these guys coming off the bench, and then you got these hungry young rookies waiting in the wings just to get an opportunity to come out and showcase that talent. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, man! Look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I have not been this excited about a Knicks season in a long time. But I'm looking forward to the season coming up for sure.
Piece a lot wide, 54% from the corner. So now all they gonna do is with that connection with Reggie Bullock and Randall last year. Now that connection becomes Randall and Evan Fournier now.
Yeah.
Now that connection becomes them.
So the only thing that I worry about right now will be this. In my mind, I see the backcourt being Kemba and Evan Fournier, and then RJ playing at the three. I'm concerned about RJ at the three. I know he can play the position, but I want him to embrace that. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be invested in playing at the three position. Him and Julius, three or four is him and Julius. If RJ embraces that and takes that next step that we want him to take, oh my goodness, we're gonna be deadly. I'm telling you right now. We go dun every day. Every day it's gonna be about the Knicks. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you.
I see. BS, what do you give me? What you think about RJ's season coming up? Knowing that we done put two guys there, because I still think what's good about it to me. I think this is him and Julius's team pretty much. They're captain and co-captains to me. You know what I mean? I think that's for sure. But I think RJ back. Like I said, now he don't have the pressure. Now you don't have to have the pressure now with Kemba Walker and Fournier there, for as having to carry the load when Randall might not got it going that night.
Right now, RJ Barrett is working his rear end off right here, not so far from us in Mount Verde. Right, that's right above. That's right above Claremont. Oh my God!
I ain't thinking about Baba Boy. Forget him. let him get the jokes in tonight. That's my man. Baba Boy, bro. You know how it is. I ain't thinking about Baba Boy. Go ahead, man.
Baba Boy on fire tonight, boy. He on fire tonight.
Yeah. But he know I can take the heat. That's why I'm good with it.
Yeah, so he's not that far putting in the work right now, and not so far from here, or a little right above Claremont in the high school. And over here in Central Florida, so he's out there busting his rear end. He's gonna come ready, man. He's gonna come hungry, man. Remember, he's looking for 2 years down the road where he sees everyone getting the bag. He's not even considered to be a top 125 player. Man, he's the third pick of the draft where he led the only one that John Morant did, but he was a big key part also in taking his team to a playoff that wasn't expected to be there. And he's taking these steps forward, man. I think the kid has a chip on his shoulder. And I think the kid is gonna come out, man, do whatever it takes that the team needs first. And I think that kid is a leader, man. He's a leader. I don't see why people are so down on that want to trade him or get him out of here, or not get him out of here, but want to trade him for the older star. No, this kid is ascending, man. He's ascending. He's ours. He's our draft pick, the third pick of the draft. Let it marinate. Let him do what it needs to do. We gave 4 years to Franklin Ntilikina, number 7. We're giving Kevin Knox a 4th year coming in here, and they didn't contribute not even a quarter of what RJ Barrett has given us. So let's ride it out, man. Everything's going positive. So let's. I know he's gonna have a really strong year.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would say this, right? And I'm a visionary, right? So I like to look into the future, right? I watch a lot of anime. I like anime, right? And my favorite anime is when somebody dies and gets reincarnated in a whole different world, and they come in with all these magical powers and things like that, right? So I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen, and mark my words. And if the first step and what I'm about to say, if that happens, you'll know where we're going and what direction we're going in. I'm gonna give you one name: Cam Reddish. That's the first domino in what we're going to right now, right? So as we traverse this road, Cam Reddish will be the first domino that we bring in. If we get Cam Reddish, guess who's coming next? Zion Williams. So listen, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, Zion Williams, young core of what we already got right now. Stop playing with me, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me. And don't think it's impossible. Do you not think these guys talk? I'm telling you right now. I can pick up this cell phone right now and call BX, because we that's how we roll, right? Do you not think that Cam Reddish and Zion don't talk? Stop playing with me. These guys are in it for the long haul. And then check the timeline. I'm gonna give LeBron 1 or 2 years left. He's out of the league, right? I'm gonna give a Chris Paul 1, 2 years. He's out of the league. Kevin Durant, I'm gonna give him 4 years left, right? But he's on the decline at this point. He is not the Kevin Durant of old at that point. Well, who do we have? What are we talking about right now? We're talking about RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, Zion Williamson, and let's just say for giggles, we're gonna talk about if Mitch is still here, great. If not, guess what? We got Sims waiting in the wings. Right? We talk about point guard at the point guard position. We got McBride playing behind Kemba and Rose, learning all these things for the next 2 years, and then he's a franchise point guard. Man, stop playing with me right now. Y'all ain't feeling me right now. Y'all not feeling me right now. I'm telling you. Oh,
Divine,
my goodness.
Divine is the keeper of the receipts. What did I say in March, man?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Real talk. DX square up and down.
Oh damn, his internet has to freaking crash. Now when the things is getting good, you gotta have to repeat that again, my man. We really gotta get you that upgrade, man. We gotta get you that upgrade.
I don't know what it is. You know, this is the first time all year, right? It ain't been like this all year. I don't know what's going on right now.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I think
the weather.
Storms going around.
It's got to be the weather. It's got to be the weather.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've computed this week all year. You know what I mean? So
that's the Delta. That's the Delta variant, man.
Yeah, right. But, yeah, real talk though. Real talk. BX back in March said Zion Williamson is coming to York. I got the receipt on that. And Cam Reddish, and I got him and Sarge receipt now, fellas.
That's it.
So
that's it.
You know,
there you go.
Yep. But I tell you what, the future. That's why I said the future is bright in New York. The future is bright.
It
is bright, man. I mean, it is bright, real bright.
For everyone that does not have one yet, I'm gonna tell you right now, the best thing that you can have in your life is a sippy cup. If you don't have a sippy cup, you're wrong. Get your sippy cup. I'm telling you right now. Your choice, but get your sippy cup. Do that. But fellas, on a real, you know, where we are right now is this is the foundation, and we're building upon something that's going to be real special in the very near future. I'm gonna go on record right now of seeing this, right? If the Knicks keep on the trajectory that we're currently at right now, I see us competing for the chip in the next 3 years, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For the next in the next 3 years, I see us legitimately competing for the chip.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I think the one. Lee always say 2023 is our window, and I do agree with him. I think this year with this team, if we get out the second round and go to that third round and lose, or we lose in the second round.
Boy, I'm gonna need you to leave the Rec TV alone and get Spectrum. Get something that's in the ground. Don't do the satellite thing. Get something that's in the ground. Is it Spectrum? You got Spectrum?
No. Let me rephrase that. No, my Spectrum is my Direct TV, and I got North State Communication, so I had to holler at them, but they're killing me right now.
Yeah, they kill it. Boy, look at here. Look, let me call them for you. let me call them for you.
Patient with me and all this good stuff. It's just been a bad week with this storm coming up here. I don't know. This usually never happens all year, but we good though. No,
Divine is waiting for to get invited for Knicks Real Talk down to Freaknik. The way with that all that auto tuning is coming up.
Out of control. Oh my goodness.
We do it all day. We got the keys. We got the hard nose, the hard not life guys. But you know, we got the comedians too. And Baba Boy, he's leading the charge. That's my man, though. Yeah, man. But real talk, man. What a good night. Salute to the chat, man. It's good, man. We good. We good with this thing, man. I'm excited about the Knicks. I'm really looking forward to the season. I know I'm gonna attend me a couple of games this year for sure. I'm definitely getting up in there. Salute to Chef Nick, my man. Salute.
I told my wife the other day, right? She was like, you know, I hear you upstairs in your man cave, you know, when you're on the podcast. And I know it's not your show, but you're on all these different shows. I'm like, yeah, I like to kind of hop around and pay my respects, you know, to the brethren. You know what I'm saying? Show them love. You know what I'm saying? Because we all talked about Knicks. She was like, so are you thinking about attending some games? I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely I am. So I don't know what game I'm going to attend, but I think that what we should do as content creators, figure out what game we want to go to, and let's all link up. You know what I'm saying? That would be special. That would be special. We can get a box or whatever the case could be.
That'd be nice. That'd be
and chop it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
Uh-oh.
Divine in the sky.
Look, BX, I'm gonna need you to translate for Divine.
I think we're going back of the scenes. I think we're going back of the scenes. Y'all keep killing me. It's all good. I think Christmas or the playoffs. I'm definitely gonna try to do the playoffs. But I would love to do that Christmas game, man. That'd be crazy.
That would be tight. Oh, I can't
I'm
leave home at Christmas.
I'm on vacation too. Ooh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
That's
tell
when
you
I take
something right
my
now.
vacation.
If I try to leave my house at Christmas, my daughter would handcuff me to the door. She is not
Yeah,
letting me leave this house at Christmas time.
Yeah, that might not be a good look.
Not
Yeah.
happening.
Depending on what the schedule, Sarge, always, and this is like, and you could pretty much book it when before the COVID. Usually, like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving,
Yes.
the Knicks always play the Magic. I'm always there for that game, like third Wednesday or Tuesday night before Thanksgiving, because because we have all the festivities here, and then we go to the game, and then we come back, and that Wednesday night, man, I'm like looking at that turkey, man. I can't wait to get stick my teeth in you. Every time I come back from the game, so Orlando might be a destination game.
So-
I can't wait for the schedule to come out.
Orlando. If the Knicks play Orlando in Orlando, I'm there. No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm there. That's no question. I am there for real.
Yeah,
For
I'm going.
real.
I'm going October 10th, but it's to see the San Antonio Spurs and the Magic.
Okay.
My friend bought me some tickets, and he wants me to come along, so I'm gonna go. He's a Spurs fan, so
Yeah.
but the Knicks. Once the Knicks, there, I'm always there. I get good seats too.
Look, I'm definitely gonna holler at you. So I'm coming to Orlando, and
Yeah, we gotta
I don't
go.
know. My daughter loves Orlando for some reason. I don't know why. You live in Tampa, but you love Orlando. Go figure. I don't know. But I'm coming to see my man BX. Oh yes, sir. I'm coming for sure.
Definitely,
For sure.
definitely.
Let me know. I get down there. There ain't no problem.
But look,
Yeah, man.
once you come to Florida, you don't want to leave. That's what people. That's how it happens. Once you come here, then you're gonna be how it starts. I'm gonna tell you, Divine. This is how it starts. You come visit. You like, oh, okay. I see what's going on. Maybe I can get a condo. Let me get a condo over here. And the next thing you know, that's your winter home. So when it's cold where you are right now, when the snow starts falling in North Carolina, where you want to be at? You want to be in Florida, where it's still 78 to 80 degrees in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? That's where you want to be. And then the next thing you know, oh, no taxes? I need to buy me a house down here. That's how it starts. I'm telling you.
Then your homestead. Then you put the homestead inception on there.
Yep.
Hey, listen, you know me. Hey, listen, I'll go down there and snatch up 3 condos right now. Y'all know me. hey, they probably you need to snatch up some internet, but right now we my condo.
And we have good internet down here, by the way.
We do. We have very good internet. Even during the storm, we have very good internet.
Yeah, man, it's all good, man. Salute to the chat, man. Everybody, thanks for supporting me. Y'all see I'm going through my little thing, and I look into that P. Ramos about the disable the camera, whatever the case may be. Because, like I said, this is kind of different, man. This never happened to me since we had these storms all week long. My internet, man, my stuff has been real good, man. But like I said, I go once the show is over. I take time out tomorrow to get it together before we go on the next show. I make sure I take care of you guys. So appreciate y'all hanging in there, man. Being patient, being understandable. I appreciate that, man. There's a little thing going on right now. Ain't nothing I can do about that right now while I'm on live stream with the people and my people, the family, the chat, and everybody. But let's get back into the Knick thing, man. What a season, man. We looking forward to it. Like I said, we had a good year, man. Good summer league, good free agent, everything. I mean, we just had a good year all around. And I'm looking for something. I don't really.
So let me ask this question.
That's why I want money out of time in. I see my stream blink.
Yeah. let me ask this question. If we make no more moves the rest of the season as far as trying to trade for somebody or get somebody else on the roster, would you guys be upset, or are you good with the way the roster is currently constructed?
I'm good the way it is. If they don't do anything, where can they go from here? To really, without upsetting the apple cart. I mean, you could still make moves because you haven't gotten everybody into training camp.
Right.
So they're gonna make me personally. If they're gonna make a move, do it before the first day of training camp. Don't waste time. Don't do it like in the middle or the ending of training camp, because they're not gonna have time to mesh or practice as a team. So if you're gonna do the move, do it prior to it. I thought there wasn't going to be no moves, but apparently Patrick Beverley got traded again to Minnesota.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
the hot potato of the league. So there is moves. The point I brought that up, I know we're talking outside of the Knicks, but it's a move that's being moved in the NBA, and there's still movement. There's still
Right.
transaction. There's still, talks, and it's surprising, And if they do bring it, I could see maybe they want to get more rebounding. Maybe that Turner Mitchell Robinson move might happen. Maybe maybe they're trying to talking to Demetrius, say, hey, what's it going to take to keep you here going forward after next year, after the 1.8? I would like to, and if they're not coming, if he's not being realistic, he says, I want 22, 24 million, 25. And they say, we could offer you this. No. And it doesn't look like they're going anywhere with it. Maybe they might think about that Turner move and move him there.
Right.
If we make a move, would it be for a small forward? I think if anything, we're gonna need another power forward, if you ask me, or a hybrid power forward, small forward, Pete Ramos, because you got Knox. They got to give an opportunity. You got Fournier there. You got Grimes there. You have, they have a couple players. They could move RJ to play there. Unless if you're gonna get a small forward like a Marketing, you could play, that height. That's a different. But I don't see how Marketing will fit either.
Nah, you're
Also, Bacon. Don't forget Bacon.
Yeah. Bacon. Yeah, definitely.
Devon, you frozen? Yeah, he's frozen.
Did he? Did he froze? Yeah,
I think so.
I think if they do, it's gonna have to be for a star though. If they make a move, I like the Tina Williams were presently constructed. I don't think they had to do anything. But if they do make a move, it's going to have to be for somebody better than what they have for sure. I don't think they're going to, like you said, break up this commodity and this chemistry just to bring in somebody, just to they're going to have to be able to put us over the top. That might involve Alex Burks or Noel or something like that. It will have to be to break up what they got now, which is deadly to me. I mean, from just a team perspective, whoever they bring in must going to put us over the top, bro. That's what I would think.
And I hate this, but then at the same time, I'm a advocate of. I think Kevin Knox at this point. I think him not being able to play in the summer league hurt him, right? Mm-hmm. So we can see what he could potentially bring to the team. So at this point, I believe that he's going to be trade bait for where I'm standing right now. So, I think that when we're talking position wise, if we should not be looking for anything other than a small forward at this point. I think every other position we have is covered. We're definitely deep enough at guard. I believe in who we have at the 5 position. Julius Randle and Obi. I think you could potentially go get another power forward just to increase your depth, but I don't see anybody playing in front of those two at that position right now. But at small forward, you got room to maneuver. But you got players on the roster already as currently constructed that you can kind of rotate in and out of that position. But if you want a true small forward, then you have to in the morning when I come in and I get my coffee, I walk in the office and I go into the locker room and I say, hey, RJ, come talk to me, my brother. Come on in here. Let's have a conversation. And I bring him in and I'm going to say, look, RJ, you are legit the starting small forward for this team moving forward. So I need for everything that you do, any work that you're doing outside of practice, I need for it to be centered around the small forward position. And then if we're going to bring somebody else in, I need for them to understand when they come in here, you're backing up RJ. You're not coming in here to start. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to mislead you. You're not coming in here to start. You're coming in to back up RJ. And then if we roll that way, I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see. You know what's the only thing that's kind of interesting to me, Sergeant BX, if y'all can hear me, if I'm not.
No, we can hear you.
No, you're good. You're good.
That Alec Burks' is height. I'm talking about just far as small forward, backup small forward. Him, Derrick Rose, and quickly. That's a pretty short lineup right there. So I think if you trade somebody for a small forward, I would love to see somebody at least 6'7", 6'8". You know what I mean? 6'9".
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a little length to them, and because as much as I like McBride and all the guys, they still shooting point guards. You know what I mean? Sims is a power forward, so I think you could use Sims at power forward and center. Put it like that, he could play that top role.
You can.
So you're right, though. I think if we do any trading, it's gonna have to be a small forward.
Yeah.
With a little bit of size. You know what I mean? Who can do the things that Burke can do, but got a little bit more size to him. I think that'll be different. Other than that, I'm good with the team we got. I want to see this team. I think the chemistry and the commodity is going to be there. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let the team go. If it's a trading deadline and we feel like we underachieving, that's a whole different story. But we get to the trading deadline and we on point, leave it alone.
Yeah, what's going to be, and to that point, what's going to be interesting to me this year is what do we do at the mid-season trade deadline? Are we looking to make moves? I guess it just depends on how these guys, how they progress from the beginning of the season to that trade deadline, and then what are we looking for? If we find holes or chinks in the armor, what is it that we're looking for? What holes are we looking to fill? So I don't know at this point. I don't think that holes will be as a result of draft picks. I think those rookies are going to be hungry. They're going to be looking to get burned when they can get it. But I'm not so sure about the vets. And these will be my concerns. Excuse me, about veteran positions at this point. If I had any, it would be Burks and Noel. Those two positions right there would be if I had a concern. And I think they're gonna do well. But if I had a concern, it would be those two guys right there, and that those two positions would be who I would be looking to replace if I had to replace someone.
Yo, SKOE, salute, my brother. Thanks for chiming in. Salute, welcome aboard. Appreciate you. Salute said to the chat, Summer League was 100% success. Knox not playing was good for the younger guy. I kind of agree with that, SKOC, because Knox could have affected the way Grimes and a lot of them other guys could have got down. Good point, my brother. Salute, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the family. Come aboard, man. I think that could have had effect on maybe possible one of them other guys, but man, the way they played out, I'm glad it played out the way it did, though.
Yeah. I'm glad it played out. Remember, I mentioned if Knox. It was a little bit of kind of a blessing in disguise, and I asked the question last time we were on. Do you think Obi would have gotten that much more aggressive, or we would have taken a little bit of a step back because Knox was on the floor? Because Knox if he was on the floor, he was the older statement of the team. The older, he's been there longer.
And
he might have taken a step back and you know what? I'm gonna let Knox ball a little bit more because he's been here longer. They want to see more. And I think him not being there opened up for Obi Toppin to get more confident and take more of a leadership role because now he was the older statement. So I think that was a blessing in disguise not having Knox there. Although I did wanted to see Knox play there and see what he's been posting videos working his rear end off. I wanted to see how it came all through in fruition and real game time.
I agree 100%. If Knox was on the court, I don't see Quickly and Obi having that leadership role that they took up this past season. To your point, BX, Knox would have been the elder statesman on the court, and he would have wanted to get his shine on. So it wouldn't have been about making the team better. It was been about showcasing Kevin Knox at that point, right? Because we haven't seen Knox. Let's be honest, we haven't seen Knox in a long time. But I have to believe if Divine calls G-Man and says, hey, listen, you got this opportunity to go out and showcase your talent, then I don't care nothing about what the game plan is. I don't care about who's on the court. I'm showcasing my talent at this point because I'm legit playing for my livelihood to be able to support my family. So to your point, I think it was a blessing in disguise that Knox was not on the court. You got to see Obi and IQ showcase their leadership skills and bring the young guys along and give them a leg up before we even get to training camp. So imagine this. when you are able to go, you see Summer League knocks years ago. Yeah, we did. When you get a leg up going into summer league with your head coach that you have never played for, and somebody's able to get your mind right and get your game right in that aspect, you are leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else that's coming in there. And I think that's going to do wonders for McBride, um, and Grimes and Sims.
Yep. I tell you what though, if Knox would have played in summer league, I think we would be in a championship game. I tell you that much.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, hold up. Sims, Obi, Knox instead of Selden, Grimes, and Quickly. That was a wrap, bro. You best believe that. Now, despite what you may think about Knox, Summer League Knox would have put the Knicks in the championship this year in the Summer League.
Yeah. And guess who won the summer league championship?
The Kings, right? No?
Kings.
Yes, the Kings.
Yeah, that boy Davion Mitchell, who out there, he gonna be nice. He gonna be something special in the league, man.
That's crazy.
And we wanted him too.
Crazy.
Remember, we wanted him. We wanted him to Knicks to trade up, to try to get him, to put him on the team. And I think there was a trade for Sacramento. Didn't they trade with Pelicans to 10th or something?
I think they did a couple trades.
They ended up getting Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, true. Real quick, like we said earlier, man. Yo, salute to Obi Toppin, first team All Summer League. Salute to my man, great Summer League, great work. Put in some good work this year, man. Yo, salute to Obi Toppin. If I break up, forgive me. I already know how the internet going, so let me get that out there. But what a Summer League, man. Because it's not about we can say it's a Summer League, but know what? He still did it against the competition he was playing against.
Yes.
Everybody in Summer League had an opportunity to do what Obi Toppin did. Obi Toppin shined, man.
He did.
He shined, bro.
So when Devon starts talking about Obi, then his internet goes out. That ain't fair. That ain't fair. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah. But that was dating Obi Toppin right there.
Yeah. You know,
right there.
This is what I say, right? And a couple things that Obi showed me a lot during the summer league. I was pleasantly surprised with his progression. I still need for him to work on that foot speed, though. If he get that foot speed together, he will be a dominant player in the NBA, no doubt. He already has the athleticism, but that foot speed is the only thing that bothers me. He's already shown that if he's mismatched, if he's a mismatch down low with a smaller player, he's gonna dominate you. He's got a mid-range shot going on right now. We all know that if you throw a oop up, if the ball is anywhere close to the basket, he's gonna go get it. He's shown you that already. I just need for him to work on that foot speed, and then ultimately, my dream would be seeing a Kemba Walker, a R.J. Barrett, and Obi Toppin, a Julius Randle, and a Mitchell Robinson as a starting five. Oh my God! Stop playing with me right now, boy. Look, y'all about to make me You about to make me jump up out this chair and run around. I'm about to run around this shit like 3 times. I'm telling you right now, boy. But I'm gonna need for him to get that foot speed together, because when you play against the people that he would be defending against, I think they beat him in the paint. They're gonna get by him because the foot speed is just not there for him on the defensive level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hope he get to work on that. Hope he really do. He get to work on that, and you know what, get in training camp and work on that. Because Obi Toppin should be averaging like 2 or 3 blocks a game.
Yeah. The Sippy Cup hit you hard. Boy, Baba Booey is on one tonight. He is on one tonight. Boy, look, he's carrying over from last night, because he was on one last night too.
Yeah, well, he be
Oh
on
my
it.
goodness.
That's good. I'm glad to see he got a good sense of humor about his life. That's good. He makes it happen. But yeah, man, he get that thing together, man. He get 2 or 3 blocks a game. It's a wrap, bro. Obi be here to stay for sure.
No doubt. I mean, I don't see. I see Obi's progression coming in kind of the same way that Randall's progression came. Right. It may not get here when we think it's supposed to be here, but it's coming. And when it gets here, we're gonna be happy to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'll see it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not. He only a couple of things away from being a real good player. He had the basketball body, the athleticism. He got the shot. He got he can work in the post pretty good. He got good finger rolls. I mean, he got a good that mid range he was shooting in some league. If Obi Toppin starts shooting that mid range in the regular season, game over.
It's over.
Game
It's
over.
over. He
He
gonna
pull
put
up with that. He pull up with that mid range game in the regular season. It's gonna be a problem for the Knicks. It's
put
gonna be a
heads to
problem.
bed. Put heads to bed. I'm telling
Yes,
you.
sir. Him and Derrick Rose, and oh my God, bro, that's a wrap. I'm serious. He get that mid range popping off like he did in summer league. Game over.
It's over. It's
It's
over.
game over.
Imagine a head a head coach sitting down with his assistant coaches, talking to the team, talking about we have to scheme for Obi Toppin. What? Who? What are you talking about?
Mhm.
Who? Why? Okay, don't scheme for him and see what happens to you. See what happens to you.
Yeah, I mean, we got a good problem in New York because we just have high, we even forgot for like see got a strong, body, a bit stronger. Um, his arms look pretty got a little bit bigger than last. He look like frail. Excuse me, Manuel quickly like last year. He put on a little weight. Talking about girth wise muscles. So if his game, which I thought was gonna have take a step this year, him and Obi Toppin game take a step this year. Where we added on that team, we good to go. We good to go.
I think I think that what's going to be the underlining story going into training camp and kind of what we do will be talking about IQ looking over his shoulder because you got some youngins behind him that want his spot. So he's gonna have to step his game up too, just a little bit, right? So these guys, Grimes and McBride, they gonna want burn right out the gate. They hungry, especially McBride. McBride is like, I don't know why I dropped to the second round. I'm upset about that, and I need to show people what you passed up on. So that comes at a cost, and the cost will be IQ minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how that works out. Tom Thibodeau's got he's got a challenge in front of him. Let's just say that. I don't envy him at all because he's definitely going to have to he's going to have to make some decisions. And I venture to say that he will make decisions based on someone from that was me. I'm sorry. um, but I think these rooks are coming in hot. You know what? They're gonna want burn from wherever they got to get it. So if I got to take your spot, so be it. I'm gonna get your spot. You got to beat me in practice. You got to show the coach that at this position at that particular time you're a better option than me. And if I'm betting on myself, you're gonna lose every time. Every time. So that's why I say I would wish to be a fly on the wall in practice, watching these guys go at it in training camp. Oh my God,
and
that's gonna be exciting.
that confidence that you mentioned, that you got to beat me, quickly has that it factor. That's why, even though he struggled a little bit in training camp, he has that it factor because he's been doing that since high school.
Yep.
Every year that kid gets better and better and better, and he works on it. Even if he fails or he doesn't have a good regular season, like his first year in Kentucky, he came back with a strong season, and he keeps coming back. So him not having a subpar summer league, I thought he did really well on the distributing part.
Yep.
Eight assists a game. He did well. But I know him. I wouldn't be surprised right now. They broke out of training camp, and he's somewhere in the gym working on something. And that's what I like about him, and that's why he's always going to succeed in every year and get better at something. So I don't think he's going to take a step back. That have that sophomore slump. I don't see it. Maybe his numbers might be down a little bit, but I just don't. I don't see it.
Yeah, I think he lighted up. I think him and Obi gonna have a big bounce. I've been saying that the whole season. I like watching these guys. They didn't have a summer league last year. Him and Obi, like a lot of players in the NBA didn't. They didn't get the training camp situation last year. this is the first time once the season was over, and not only that, they went to the select team. I mean, these guys was around Kevin Durant and picking their brain off season long. You know what I mean? They was at the select team picking their brains. You know what I mean? And then Obi and them picking. I mean, you could tell what it showed up in summer league too. You know what I mean? I'm like, and I just think that that was important for them, because not having that summer league last year, it's almost like, you know what, you graduate, you don't get to have your senior prom. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it was for them guys. It's like, man, we graduated, but we couldn't go to our senior prom. We got drafted to the NBA, but we couldn't go. We didn't get the summer league in. So it's like they went to their prom this year, and they you could tell how much fun they had. So I think going into the training camp, I do like Manuel Quickly's length though. He seems like he's a linky guy. He seems like he's real length. I do like that about him, and I like that second unit, man. If McGrind want to beat him out, so be it. That may the best man win. But I do believe Manuel Quickly gonna come in there with guns blazing, though. I think he's gonna come in and show out.
Yeah, what I think is gonna happen is this. I think that from a point guard perspective, I think Quickly is going to continue to play the two, right? Mm-hmm. But I think where the insertion of the rooks are going to come in, one specifically is going to be at the point guard position, because we already know that Kemba and Rose are both going to be on minute restrictions. I don't care how you lace it up; they're both going to be on minute restrictions. And the guy that's going to fill that void, in my mind, is going to be McBride. So McBride plays with Quickly, and then the rest of the roster is the same. And then you still get that chemistry that they build up during the summer league. You know what I'm saying? It's still there. Although, albeit the roles are reversed, because now McBride is running the point and Quickly is playing at the number 2. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, I would much rather, be in a position to have to struggle and worry about who plays at what position than scratching my head and be like, well, I don't have anybody that's here. What am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? We don't have that problem this year. Not by any stretch of the imagination. We do not have that problem this year.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'm froze right now because my thing not working. But
no, you're good. We hear you.
Now you're
yeah, I mean the Valdoza thing. Yeah, you're right, man. It's like, what's happening. You know what I mean? I don't know, Baba Booey. This is somebody who I projected to be in that team playing, but when I see these cats in summer league, I'm like, okay, now the dynamic changes a little bit, and don't let.
Robots in the sky.
I'll give them 2, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, but I haven't seen enough of Valdoza other than the Olympics to see him, play a whole game other than the Olympics and everything. That's to judge him one way or the other. So I hopefully training camp will tell by him, Baba Boo.
I think for Luka, I think him having a foot injury this year hurt him, especially with Grimes and McBride doing what they did during summer league. So that's automatically going to put him at a disadvantage. But again, it's a wake up call. When Luka wakes up and he's watching these games in Las Vegas, the first thing he says is, "Hey, I wish I could have been there." And the next thing that he's saying is, "I know what I need to do when we get to training camp." He's going to have to beat these guys out. And if he doesn't, then guess what? It's going to be what it's going to be. This is mano y mano. So, look, if BX is in my spot right now, I know coming into training camp, I'm playing against him. So every day I need to, when I walk in the gym, I'm mean mugging BX every day. So he know when I step on the court, hey, this ain't personal, it's business. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at your throat every day. That's what, and that's if Valdoza does not have that mindset, then guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna be in the next thing smoking back to Europe. It's as easy as that. It's as easy as that. You gotta want to play. You have nobody. I fully believe right now on the Knicks squad, the only legit guaranteed spots that are on the Knicks belong to Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett. Everybody else is questionable, right? So that means that when these guys come in the gym, they're playing for a spot. You want to be on the Knicks main roster or not? You want to go to the G League? That's fine. We can find your spot there. If you don't want to be in the organization at all, that's fine too. Don't come in here and give me 150% during practice or during training camp. So anytime that you play, that you're on the court, you got to give me 150%. And the coach has to see you doing that. And that's how you get burned during the game.
Yeah,
That's true.
In the training camp, because there's going to be a lot of competing going on there. And like I said, much as I love Grimes and all these guys, they did that against college players. Now let's not get it twisted. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. You know, I don't want to say tamper expectations, but them cats was not doing it against Kawhi Leonard. They wasn't doing it against Damian
Right.
Lillard. Wasn't doing it against Butler. They were doing it against guys on that same level. Now
Right.
we're going up against guys on another level. And that's where where we got to see what these kids really made of. Because, like I said, yeah, you can knock that all down. Even Obi had a great summer league. I don't mean Obi gonna do that in the end of this year, and not at that level. I mean, not 21 points a game. I'm saying, I hope he do. But that's what's gonna be interesting about training the NBA ball play.
I think he froze again. And
I'm back.
He's back.
There you go. I'm back.
I'm back.
Yes, I like Valdoza, but if we cut him, how does it impact our cap? He's not guaranteed yet.
He is not. I think so. If he plays, no, until he plays the exhibition game, it becomes a guaranteed contract.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but
I think you're right. I think
once he does that, so if they see something that he's not ready for training camp, physically, then they could cut him.
You know, to Devon's point, you know, understanding that these guys did just play summer league, right? So you're legitimately playing against college level talent, or maybe a second year NBA player, right? So you're not playing against the premiers in the NBA. They don't play in summer league, right? But I think that to Baba Booey's point, when we're talking about, you know, building up that confidence level to know that first of all, I'm wearing a jersey that say New York Knicks on it. That's number one, right? Number two is I think that my skill set matches up against anybody else's skill set, and put me in a situation to where I can prove you wrong, and that's where training camp comes in. So when you step on the court, when you walk in the gym, and you playing against R.J. Barrett or Julius Randle at whatever position you're playing in, then that's going to solidify whether you are NBA ready or not, right? So, you know, I say all that to say this. I still believe that these guys that we saw playing in the summer league have an inherent ability to score the ball, right? They have inherent ability to play defense, lockdown defense, to where you are disrupting somebody's ability to get a high percentage shot off. So if that translates into training camp, and Tibbs like what he sees, how do you think IQ and Obi got on the court this year? It wasn't because of where they were drafted. It's because they didn't have a summer league. They didn't have a training camp. These practices that Tibbs saw them in and said, okay, let me give these young guys some burn. I think they deserve some burn. Not a whole lot. All right. IQ got more than Obi did, but Obi's playing behind Julius. You know what I'm saying? IQ is teamed up after we bring in a Derrick Rose that can kind of educate and help IQ grow in his maturation process. That was important as well. So I think these young guys at some point I think they get the message already, but I think going into training camp and what we see coming out of training camp is going to be something totally different. I think we're in for a pleasant surprise this year, for sure.
Yeah. A lot wise, I know that we signed Baldo to 4 years, what, 13 million? So it's like annually like three million a year, but some of it was non-guaranteed. Only thing I could see for this year would be probably 3 million, I would
He
say.
says, yeah, 4 years, 13.6 million.
Right.
I'm trying to find out what is guaranteed. 3.5 of it is on wages, and it's not prorated. So I'm trying to find out because I know Hector knew about it more than I did.
Yeah, I think one thing it does a lot wise, I know it creates a roster spot. That's one thing I do know. But we here he have a roster spot now. How much either way to go is if it's not guaranteed, then there's nothing. If it's guaranteed, you waive them now. But if you waive them, that 3 million still be on the books, correct? Correct.
Yes.
It's still
No, I
unless
think
it's not
you have
guaranteed.
no. It's a $2 million buyout.
Who pays that? Does the organization pay that?
Yeah, the Knicks, because they also posted. They also paid $2 million. I'm trying to read by the New York Post article. I'm trying to proofread it because I know that since we're on the air, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I
and that's
got
another thing too. That's another thing too, Sergeant, because they did pay for him to come over here. They're buying
Yes.
out. And I think he get a fair shot. Like Baba Booey said earlier, man, the man played in the league with grown men. Ain't like he playing against no teenagers.
That's a
Bob
fact.
Booey played in the league with his grown men. You know what I mean?
That's a
So and I like what I seen in him. I mean, like I said, his skill. I like his skills.
right.
Whether can he compete against the guys in the NBA, I don't know, but he got skills though. I can tell you that much. That's what I do like about him. He does have skills.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So anytime you talk about a player coming from the European League, that's a step above the collegiate level. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? These are professional athletes. They plan to feed their families. Whereas if you're in college, you try to get an education and at the same time you playing ball. You know what I'm saying? That's totally different.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
um, I have to believe in my heart of hearts that given the opportunity, but Valdoza will be able to show his worth. Or if he couldn't, we wouldn't have win. We would never have gone to Europe to get him and bring him all the way back to the States. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be something there that somebody saw and thought it was worth bringing him to the States to play ball. So we'll see what happens. I just first of all get healthy. Valdoza, if
Yeah,
you're listening, get healthy, right?
exactly.
And then go in the gym and eat them young boys up for lunch if that's what you choose to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, it's a good problem. It's a good problem for the Knicks to have, man. Knicks got a deep team, man. They got talent. They
Yeah.
do have some talent. I can truly, honestly say, what I seen in summer league, that was talent.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was talent.
Yeah.
Jericho Sims, Bride, Grimes, that's talent. So to bring that extra talent on with the talent we brought in, the talent we already have, that to me made the team much more stronger. But it made the future much more brighter because, like I said, we got Sims, Grimes, and all these guys for another 4 years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
and you got these guys for another, and got quickly Obi for another 3 years. So
Yeah.
it's just a good spot. It's just a good spot to be in for New York, man. All you gotta do is keeping them veterans like you got now. They got the right mix. They got enough young talent and enough veterans. So
Yeah.
it's not like they weak on one end and weak on and strong on the other. No, they balance both ways. They balance with the experience and they balance with the young guys. I like that about that team, man. They can it's a lot. You got a lot of room for them guys to grow there, the younger ones. And we got the younger guys who could take some of the pressure off the older guys that their legs start getting at the end of the season when the legs start wearing down, bringing some of the young thoroughbreds in there to run that thing for a little minute. Just never know. Just never know. So I think it's a good situation for us to be in as a Knick organization. And I think we're good with that, man. We just got to keep this thing going. But I'm excited, man. The days can't tick more faster than me. I'm like, man, we got like a month and 11 days. And then then after that, 19 more days after that, it's a regular season. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It's a
The,
regular
the,
season.
20, the 28th of September is the beginning of training camp.
Yep. That's a week and 10 days. And then the 19th is October. I'm getting it up.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, fellas. My internet gonna be on fire, brother. Yo, the OG gonna have 10G. Don't worry about it. We good. Be good for sure. Yeah, man. But it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good year in New York City, man. I think the fan base is gonna be excited about what we did. And it didn't look that way for a minute when the free agency start. But when you found out way the contracts was what it was structured, it wasn't all these long deals. There was 2 years with team options.
Yep.
They locked up Julius Randle. Salute to Julius Randle, man, for doing what he did for the organization. That's going to bode well for us down the line, man. Giving us
No doubt.
saving that money, man. That's a pro right there, man. He wanted to be in New York. And what I love about this thing, all these guys want to be here. Like Fournier and Kemba Walker want to be here. Julius Randle, RJ want to be here. These cats want to be in New York City with Tom Thibodeau and these guys. And I think that's a beautiful thing to see. And I think a lot of people in the NBA are going to catch on that. Like, you know what? These guys want to be here. And I think people gonna start realizing like, okay, and even they like Stephen A was saying, you don't know how real it is, but he said if Damian Lillard was to get traded, he wanted to go to the Knicks, and if that's the case, that bodes well going down the line from years to come. But now they see that the structure is here and everything is running smooth. We got the right people at the helm. We always seem like we got flexibility with the contracts that we're giving out. We got good drafts coming down the line, got a ton of draft picks, so I think we looking pretty good right now in the NBA, man. I think a lot of people want to catch on to that and realize that this could be that destination that they would want to come play, because first of all, it's New York City, the World Famous Arena. And, and on top of that, they winning. You know what I mean? And you got Brooklyn next door. So the city going to be buzzing this year, man. We got Brooklyn a couple of times, and I can't wait till we get down against them, Joe. I'm serious. Can't wait, man. I'm excited for sure, man. That's real talk, man. I think we're gonna do good with that. Listen, man, we're gonna get out of here pretty soon, man. And BS got to get on his grind. Sarge and I got to get on our grind. But it's been a lovely night. I appreciate the chat from always chiming in, keeping us afloat. We'll see y'all in a couple of days. I just look for the notifications, and I try to hang out here all summer, man, and until the season starts. I'll be dropping in and out, but we'll stay in the loop, man. We got to keep this thing going. And y'all already know the deal. Tomorrow, man, you got Sarge on tomorrow. Am I right, Sarge?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's the Pod Couple on Blowing Steers Network. Tune in. Come on, join us, and we're gonna chop it up. And we're gonna do that thing that we do. And what it's all about is talking about the Knicks. That's what we do.
Yes, sir. I agree with that. Yep. A lot of why I say Kemba going to get up, turn up against Kyrie. Yes, sir. Yep, yes, sir, for sure. That's gonna be nice. I'm telling you, it's gonna be nice. He ain't going up against Alpha Payton. He's going up against Kemba. just like he could dribble and all that. Kemba can do it too. Kemba
That's right.
Step back too.
That's right.
Mano a mano, like you said earlier. Yeah,
Don't give it to him.
Give it to him. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. Julius Randle just got. If KD scored 30, Julius Randle at least just got to score 26.
That's it.
We let him have his +4. Let him have his +4. I mean, so you just gotta stay. If my man go crazy, James Harden, you know what? Evan Fournier, just don't let the plus minus.
Just maintain. He just got to maintain. That's all. Just maintain.
That's it. And then you know what? The X factor could be the other guys. You know what I mean?
That's right.
RJ Barrett could be that X factor in that whole thing. You know what I mean? And he just when he put the clamps on Joe Harris a little bit.
Yeah,
so they got an offense juggernaut, but defense with it too. You know what I mean?
But look, or the second unit is the factor.
Yes.
When they're coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting.
Brooklyn, real quick, Alawad, you know what? He was a Knick killer last year. I'm glad you pointed that up, Alawad. The Nets lost Green too, Jeff Green. And he was killing the Knicks last year, man. I'm like Julius Randle, you can't do nothing with this boy, yo. Come on, man. Good point, my brother. Yo, pieces that was real, but they don't got him needing. So it's gonna be interesting, man.
They added Patty Mills, was a pain in the neck.
Yeah. They got shooters.
They got shooters. Cam Thomas, he was a beast in summer league scoring.
All summer league team as well.
He scores. He's gonna score a lot because a lot of teams are not gonna double him. That bench is gonna be full. Put him on the floor with a Harden. Or they're not gonna lose much, man. That's gonna be freaking. I don't like them, but you gotta give a dude.
They got a good squad. They got a good squad.
Hey, wow. Real quick, what do you think? I think it's a big loss for somebody. Milwaukee not having Kemba Walker, PJ Tucker,
and the
guy that get rid of Bledsoe. Did Bledsoe go to the Clippers?
Yes, his last year. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Bledsoe
wasn't
went
there this year, though.
left to
New
remember
Orleans. That
New
trade.
Orleans. Then they traded him to Memphis. Now Memphis traded him over to Los
Clippers.
Angeles, to the Clippers, and then they got Rondo and Beverly, and they ended up trading Beverly to Minnesota. So there's a lot of hot potatoes with the NBA players. Yeah, a lot of hot potatoes.
Wow.
Yeah. But he right though. But you know what? PJ Tucker. The reason why I brought that up because he was that defense. I'm telling you, man, they had a defense team that was unbelievable down there. I mean, Drew Holiday, PJ Tucker, Antetokounmpo. They had a nice defense. That's why they won that ring, bro. I'm trying to tell you, that defense was solid, bro.
I agree.
Yeah, he put that thing on Chris Paul and that. So I was like, bro, you going up against a brother who put the body on you. Drew Holiday was putting it on them, Cat. I see why they gave him his money. They gave him his 80 million stint. I see why. He was a big part of that. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting in the East, man. Next year, I think they did the job. Embiid's got that 196 4-year extension.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on
hurt. That's gonna hurt the Philadelphia 76ers, in my opinion, to add pieces.
Unless they do the Ben Simmons thing. If they move that Ben Simmons max contract, which I think they're gonna do it, I don't think he's gonna start the season with the Sixers.
He can't, man. He can't.
He can't. Yeah,
that is so. Then they're looking for a recipe for 7 seed, in my opinion, because they're gonna dislike each other and they're gonna oh man, that's just a recipe. You gotta move that kid.
Yeah. You got and but whoever they move for him, they're gonna get something good in return. But it might catapult the guy because they might get somebody who can do what Ben Simmons do on defense, but be better offensively. Because you ain't getting rid of him for no scrubs.
No. But there's really nothing out there though, Divine.
I'm that's what I'm thinking now. Who would they trade for? I mean,
you're not bringing Cat. You already got your center. You gave him and you got two centers. So you're not trading him for Cat. You're not trading. Only one is Damian Lillard. Unless if you go to talk to Sacramento, that's it.
It'd be interesting. Look, I'm glad I'm not the GM for the 76ers at this point, or the president of basketball operations, because somebody about to lose their job over this move right here. I'm telling you right now. If it don't work out, somebody getting fired. Somebody is getting fired.
And there's nothing appealing in Toronto that you want to try to send Ben Simmons to bring back. You're not going to get anything sexy to give you to keep that championship status.
I'll tell you where he should go. Golden State Warriors. Surround that boy with all that shooting. Golden State be competing against the Lakers in the finals.
I guess you're getting back Wiggins.
I would go for Wiggins. I mean, whatever. I mean, they're gonna have to. I think it's gonna have to be Wiggins. Who else?
A lot of draft picks and
I need some draft picks if I'm taking Wiggins. I need draft picks.
Right. I don't know. And let me see. You got Looney. I don't know. You don't.
No, that's not gonna. You can't even trade for Wiseman, Divine. Because
they got
all those centers. Yeah, centers.
And Drummond. That's see that. But I thought that he would fit out there good because that team he wouldn't have to worry about the 3-point shooting on that team.
Right. Yeah. And he can play his style of basketball.
He's up and down court dude. So I can see Klay Thompson and Steph Curry on the wing with that boy coming down the middle like a freight train. I'm like, oh. So
but the returns are not going to be.
It's not going to be unless now you got to remember look who they drafted though. They had a good draft. You got Moody, you got Kuminga. You know what I mean? Am I right? Did Kuminga go there?
Yeah, Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga. Wiseman, you throw not Wiseman. Kuminga, him, Wiggins, Kuminga, 3 picks, blah blah blah. I guess they could do the 3 team. It could be another team involved anyway. I'm quite sure it can. You just never know. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's staying in Philly though.
The team that I could see that you could send Wiggins to and picks and all that. You got, like you said, a third team involved is Dallas. You're gonna have to bring Kristaps Porzingis to Philadelphia.
Yeah, he could play the. You can move my man to the 3, Tobias Harris, and put Porzingis at the stretch 4. That's not a bad look.
No, you put that there. You know, you got you. I'm pretty sure they're gonna want a shooting guard from Dallas or something.
Oh yeah,
Like, you
absolutely.
know, they're gonna want a shooting guard from Dallas. You know, maybe to part of that deal. Or Wiggins go to you move Wiggins and you move players around. And maybe to see maybe Wiggins goes to Dallas. Ben Simmons to Golden State and whatever other Porzingis to that Philadelphia, and they just move whatever money to make what work, other players, draft picks, and so forth. But those are the three main principal players that I only think I can see really work.
Yeah,
Unless San Antonio and San Antonio with their players, their situation. But
the point
is that really?
Yeah, I like that. BS real quick. The Porzingis and Wiggins, you know why that works? Because of the money. They $30 million contract players. You know what I mean? So it kind of fits what Ben Simmons making too in a point. So I agree with you. That would be really swift. You do them three because they all in the $30 million range, and it won't be too much difference in cap money. In other words, you won't have to move a whole lot of players to equal his salary. I guess what I'm saying. That's why I brought the Wiggins thing up because Wiggins make $30 million. You know, Ben Simmons make around 30-something million or 40 around that. You know, around that range. So it won't like you got to give up a ton of players for that. I think you just can get, even if you swap a player and it's a bunch of picks. I'm saying, but you can move that one salary to get close to Ben Simmons' numbers and maybe throw in some other players with it.
Oh, even if you don't involve the Mavericks for Porzingis, you could probably. It's gonna sound ridiculous, but you're gonna have to Houston for John Wall. He only got one more year left.
Right.
$30 million.
Right.
John Wall. You know. I don't think Houston wants a Ben Simmons because they got their own young players and they want to put position. But if you move them to around with another team that could afford and pull that salary, and Wiggins goes to Houston, Simmons to Golden State, and Wall to Philadelphia, that could be a possible move around.
I think anything that happens is going to have to be a multi-team deal because I don't see it being me calling Divine and said, "Hey, listen, I know you just cooked fried chicken. I just cooked fish, fried catfish. Let's trade straight up." No, we're not doing that because I know in the back of my mind, Divine, I'm not Divine, but BX has got them crab legs out there or them shrimp. Now I need some of that too. You know what I'm saying? So we all need to collaborate and talk to figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of why I said, Matt, would you put Simmons on the Knicks?
No, absolutely not.
We don't have enough scoring yet
No. Yeah, exactly. So where we're looking for right now, we need offensive production. We got defense on lock right now. The guys we got on this roster right now, we know play defense. What we need right now is scoring. Ben Simmons is not a scorer. That's not what he's known for. He can play defense. He will fit Tom Thibodeau's defensive scheme, no doubt. But he is not a scorer. I need somebody who's going to put points on the board at the end of the day. That's what I'm
doing. That's tough right there. That's
right. If we would have had let me tell you this: if we could turn back time and we were talking about the 2013 team, if Ben Simmons was in that era with Carmelo Anthony, that works because Carmelo Anthony was one of the top scorers there in the league that year. I think he was number 2 or 3 in scoring. You put a Ben Simmons in there, now you got some. Now you're cooking with some real grease there. So
you know what? I tell you one thing. I do got to say this though. Prior to him having a good playoffs, Ben Simmons is a monster, dog. That brother can he got a contract for a reason. That brother, that kid can take over a basketball game by himself. He's so good. I mean, he really, really is. I mean,
sorry guys.
Yeah, no, you fine. I just think that playoff thing, man, it hurt him a little bit. But but man, that dude, Joe, he get on that open court though. It's a wrap. He just but that's why I think Philly should have made him like a 3-4 instead of putting him at the point. Let him be a point forward. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that way you had to rely on him so much at that point guard spot because but man, his defense, man, I seen this kid light cats up with that. And he's so nice. He got a LeBron James body where he's like LeBron James in the sense that He just can't shoot, but you can't stop him though. You can't do nothing with that boy when he got the ball in his hand. He downhill or he in that paint. He's so strong, man. I mean, he's an athletic dude, but he a good talent. Whoever get him, he gonna make their team better. I'll tell you some way. You know what they should have did. Even if I would have sent, if I were the Clippers, knowing that I got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George,
yeah, I can see that.
Man, listen, man, I would have did what I got to do to get Ben Simmons with him and Paul George. That's the only way you're gonna beat LeBron and them.
Yeah, but who will?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Right.
There's nothing. He makes sense there, but there's no there's no capital to bring back for Philadelphia. You know, Doc Rivers, believe it or not, needs to win soon because he's going to be on a hot seat. Even though the Spidey's only year 2 or 1 on the.
He on the hot seat already. Don't get it twisted. He on the hot seat already.
Yeah, he's in a hot seat. He called out. He called out second best player on the team. You know, they underachieved a little and so forth, and you know, that collar's getting hot, man. It's not even started yet.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I've been thinking about it. I'm like trading partners where Simmons, and the only one I can see is Damian Lillard, maybe Fox, or Porzingis. Basically, that's all I've seen. You know, unless if Orlando wants to do with Jonathan Isaac, but I don't think. Or you know, why would I don't see Orlando and Philadelphia making a trade. Or
no,
I mean, no, I don't see it either. You know, I've been trying to scratch my head on what team is it? I'm trying to find under the radar team. Maybe, and I don't think unless if Cleveland is part of a 3-way too, because remember there was a lot of talk of Sexton being moved, wanting to be moved, and all that. So, will the Philadelphia 76ers want? Philadelphia wanted Sexton. I don't see why not, but. You know, remember, it's beauty's the eye of the beholder. You know, they don't know what they think about.
True that.
So,
true that.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting.
Yeah, we got to see how that's going to pan out because if this on that team, I mean, they don't get weaker. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's how they say he's not returning phone calls or nothing. You know what I mean? So we had to see, but they say he's been working out with Tyrese Maxey too, though. You know what I mean? So
right.
You know, who knows? You know what I mean? But yeah, this make a break for that. You know, and
here's a name that to watch out that could be in the Ben Simmons trade is D'Angelo Russell. I know they want to see how they play and all, but you never know.
But they trying to, and that's what I was thinking. I was thinking more like D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley. That the salaries match right there. Beasley, and then you throw in a bunch of picks. Philly might be like, okay, D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley can hold us down with Curry and the other guys. I don't think that's a fall off from a offense perspective. It's better because Beasley can knock it down against anybody. And then you add D'Angelo Russell, who can give you 19, 20 a game. And they trying to get that done out there. I don't know if them the players involved, but them the only player that I can see that they would do. You would move on from D'Angelo Russell. I'm glad you brought it up because I forgot all about him. But he probably would be the major one in that trade piece. It would be D'Angelo Russell and maybe throw Malik Beasley in there and some picks. Now you got Ben Simmons, Anthony Edwards, and Karl Anthony Towns. It's not a bad look. Depends what you throw around it. You know what I mean? Depends what you throw around it. So we had to see how that goes. But yeah, you know, hey, I don't get him out the East and make it better for us. For the Knicks.
I think we're was it 0-9 against him?
Yeah.
We ain't been feeling a long time, bro. A long time.
Yeah, he give RJ problem because of his size. He get the Knicks problems at that point guard spot and that small and that 2 guard spot. He just big, man. That boy a bulldozer, yo. So yeah, get on up out of here. Go out there. You can go out to LA.
Going out west. Look, going out west.
Going out west. That's why I wasn't sitting out there. I think the Cavs get more desperate to move Sexton over the season. Yeah, that's true, Will. They could do that too. That could be a nice swap. I mean, not swap, but you know, get him to Cleveland. He gonna see now. But do you think he the type of player that he might not want to even go to a contender? He might don't even care. He don't got his money now.
No, I don't see him. He don't strike me as a Cleveland type dude.
Okay,
I could see him going to
LA.
He's only a big market team. He's not going to some second tier team to what we consider to be second tier. He's going to want a major market, a big market team to go to. If you trade him out of Philadelphia. I don't see Ben Simmons going anywhere other than that.
Yeah, Robert Parr, I see that though. He said the vet's gonna do the youngers like Gamite school days for Robert Parr, Craig. Hey, Robert, you on par with that one though, brother.
Look, they all online right now. You know what I'm saying? They gotta do what they gotta do. They gotta do what they gotta do.
It's a good, fair point though, man. Like I said, the young boys are showing their butt, but when they get up in that joint and get some bangers though.
Yeah, it's a different story. It's a different story.
It's a different story. But that's good because that's part of the maturation, you know. Like absolutely. I said, my son run up on me. Okay, you might be younger, but I get in your case though.
Look, I remember the first time my son started smelling himself. He came up in the house. I told him to do something. He was like, "Dad ain't doing that." What you say?
Right.
What? I'm about to punch you in your throat right now, and you ain't even gonna see it coming. And that happened, and he was laying up under the table talking about, Mama, come save me, save me from Dad. I like, listen, I don't care how old you get. Understand this: I'm your father. I will always be your father. Do not ever try to. There's only one alpha dog in this house.
That's one. Right. That's right.
That's me.
That's right. Hey,
that's me.
Son, I give my son a 2-piece and don't even give him a biscuit.
Yes.
I give him a 2-piece without a biscuit, boy. You don't know, you better ask somebody.
Look, they don't understand. They don't understand. Right. You know, once it happens, then they looking at me like, okay, now I get it. You know, that don't let the gray in his beard fool you. Look, I'm telling you right now, boy, look at here. For a good 30, 45 seconds, I'm gonna give you all you can handle. After that, I'm gonna have to go to something else.
Will said, G-Man right. Simmons not going to Minnesota or Sacramento anywhere like that. Yeah. You know what it is? But it ain't on him though. He don't dictate that. He don't dictate where he go. He don't dictate. He don't dictate with that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Robert said my son grew 8 inches over the last year, and he got a block on my unstoppable spin move. He was smelling himself until he brought it in the paint.
Right. Then you had to go swat on. You had to go swat on
you got to pay the price when you come in the paint, baby. Yeah. You got to pay the price. That's what it is. It is what it is.
I tell experience is the best teachers. I'm like, listen, what you trying to do to me, I done did it a million times to somebody else. Boys, you need to
40 or 50 times. Yeah. Look, even on my worst day, Divine, on my worst day, you look. This stuff, I can see as soon as you start dribbling the ball, the way you're looking, what move you're gonna make.
Yep.
I'm taking you out of the look. Stop playing with me right there, young fella. Stop playing. Look, go get your game and then call me and let me know when you want to play for real.
Yeah. Our kids, they be like, oh, Dad, what that got to do with it?
Nothing.
I know that make it worse for you.
All means experience.
Right.
So while you expending all this energy, you're doing all this dribbling and behind the back and between the legs, making it look pretty. I'm just standing here looking at you like, okay, all right. Now I know what your move gonna be, and when you come up in here, I'm gonna take you out. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking you out.
Right. Real quick, Will says Simmons would cry so much his agents would convince him the new team he would play for them. Hey, well, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You got to see that by extending Embiid, they said Philadelphia organization got Embiid's back.
Robert Parr said, "Old means you know when to sit down."
I agree.
You got a point there.
That's a fact. You know when you need to rest. That's why when I work on a day-to-day basis, I work from this recliner I'm sitting in right now. This is my chair. I'm always sitting down.
Yeah. I ain't gonna have to. My son don't want none. Look, he don't want none.
See.
He don't want none. I lock him up, bro.
You need to stay like that on the whole stream so they won't freeze. So be scared.
I've been doing it on the DL. You didn't see it though.
Oh, okay.
Holding the muscle down at the bottom.
Don't let Baba Booey. Baba Booey left. I was waiting
Not
for
like
him.
I ain't messing with y'all tonight, man.
Oh my goodness, y'all out of control, boy.
Yeah,
Out of control.
it's all love, man. We appreciate it. Man, listen, man, we can do this all night, but I know we all got to get up on our grind tomorrow, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
It's been fun. To the chat, Robert, Paul, Will, everybody, Allah Wise, all you brothers, man. Salute to all the new guys who came in, man. Appreciate y'all. SKOE, everybody, man. Thank y'all for chiming in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. We're gonna be doing Shop Power. Salute to y'all. KJ, my brother, you already know what it is. Everybody, man. 19 pound man. You name it. P. Ramos, everybody, Will, it's Camille, everybody, man. Thank you for chiming in. Great show, fellas. Thank you, G, man. Always. You already know what it is. Just plug in. You're going to be all night. The power cup will be on tomorrow, 6:30. Y'all get the plug in, man. Y'all give me some last word before y'all get up out of here.
Hey, I just want to say, as always, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for having me, guys. Every time I come here, I feel like I'm family. You know what I'm saying? It's always a good time. So for those of y'all that have not done so yet, like and subscribe to KNICKS Real Talk, so when Divine and BX go live. You don't want to miss this content they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So do that. And to Divine's point, tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'll be on with my man Cornerstone Kev on Blowing Cheers Network. It's the hit new show called The Pod Couple. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So come through and watch us chop it up. I can't wait to get it, Kev, because he's been missing for 2 weeks. I can't wait to get him. You know what I'm saying? Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, yes, sir. BX.
Yeah, man. Thanks everybody in the chat, everyone that joined us. I'll see you guys tomorrow night on Bronx Sports Jedi Network, 8 o'clock. The MMA program and combat sport breakdown with myself, or my son Austin, and Chef Dan. We'll be on. We got the Bellator fights, the UFC fight, and we got the boxing fight over the weekend. Manny Pacquiao against Ugats, the first Cuban fighter that wants to see if he goes out there and beat Manny Pacquiao. It's gonna be really good. We'll probably have a look along on Bronx Sports Jedi Network. Watch along with the fights, round by round score, and we have a lot of fun on those look alongs, watch alongs, and join us there on Saturday night or tomorrow night. We're just gonna break down all the different cards, all the different fights, and we'll just chop it up and have fun. Hit that notification because I always come on about the Yankees. Yeah, Robert Parr, I knew you were gonna write that. We got to talk about the Yankees and the lineup. Rizzo's back. The big impact with Rizzo with his glove, and the Mets broke that 5-game losing streak. They won their last game on the road, and hopefully that's a good sign. And I'll bring that short video on the baseball season before I go on the MMA as well. And hope to see you there, guys. Hit that notification and hit that notification when we're on. And if you can, just hit that like button as well. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get the channel up and running. So you guys have a wonderful night. Have a blessed night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, salute everybody for chiming in tonight. You guys are the best. And I say that respectfully and from the heart. The chat is where it's at. Thank you guys so much for being part of the show. And everybody out there streaming, take your time to stay on with us, man, and enjoy us, man. We try to bring the content the way we need to bring it, but at the same time have some fun, get some humor in the show. Ain't nothing like laughter. Laughter is love. Is good, man. So we try to keep the thing up and live, and at the same time bring all the Nick content that we need to give you guys, and the news for the day or for the year, whatever. And we're gonna keep it moving, man. We'll be on all summer long. Sunday, I'll probably break off the Giants Real Talk. Y'all, all you Giant fans want to get in here on Sunday, just look for the notification. I'm gonna do it. I think we got a game 1 o'clock, so I'll probably come on like 10 or 11. It's gonna be in the morning. It'll be like the morning show thing. We'll do that, man. We get on, we talk Giants. And then later on at night, we jump back on and do the Knicks, man. We ain't here for for you guys, man. And we're going to keep this thing moving. But you got to be safe. Enjoy the rest of your week. And, get up on your grind tomorrow, man. Y'all be safe. And real talk, man. No pun intended, but real talk. Y'all, that Delta variant is serious, guys. I'm not even about the politics stuff. I'm just saying it's getting serious out there, man. Wear your mask, man. Wash your hands. And just take care of yourself, because you know what? I'd rather for you to wear a mask than a respirator. Real talk. So y'all take care of yourselves. And and don't worry about all the other nonsense. Do what's best for you and your family. Stay safe. COVID-19 is out there, man. And like I said, it's just crazy right now. Just try to take care of yourself. And BX know he's been through it, and he's a testament to that. You know what I mean? And I got vaccinated back in February and March. To each his own. Let me tell you, didn't do nothing to me but hurt my shoulder for a day.
That's all.
That's all.
A
That's it.
little slower, but it's all good.
Yeah, but that's your choice. Not, I'm not telling nobody to take it, but at the same time, do some research on it, man, because you don't want to mess up your life just because you thought something. Listen, I never took a flu shot in my life till last year. First flu shot in my life, but I took it because you know what? I was like, oh, this COVID thing, so and I don't think it messed up was my internet. But yeah, real talk, man. It is all good, man. Y'all be safe out there. I just want to put that out there, man, because I love you guys. I want you guys to be around to keep enjoying Nick Real Talk of the Sports Jedi. And my internet better get a booster shot pretty soon. So we good. Yeah,
Pass the collection plate. Pass the collection plate.
Both from me.
Pass the hat. Pass the hat.
Right. But yo, salute, man. Real talk, man. Everybody, y'all have a good night. We see you cats tomorrow night on Big Sports Jedi. I chime in on the MMA show, man. Y'all check the brother out. 6:30, man. Come on, the Power Couple, get it popping. Going down to Blonde's Tears and listen to your boy and them. Cut it up, man. Salute the Corner Store Camp. Salute to all the content creators out there, no matter where you're streaming from. Y'all already know my boys, my brothers down there. Knicks Real Talk. Nothing but Knicks. All you guys down there. Sister Queen Steph. All y'all, man. Sim, the Power Father. Everybody, man. Salute. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch y'all cats on the next one, man. Next Real Talk, man. We out of here, man. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, salute. Next Real Talk, man. Divine. About to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight. About to make it happen, man. Next Real Talk. We all over the place. About to get it popping. Divine Bronx Jedi 7-6. The night show, the morning show. Next Real Talk, man. About to get in the Black Knight.
Next Real Talk, let's get it poppin'. We hoppin' like toppin' and the Jumpman brand ain't no stoppin'. Divine and Bronx Jedi 7-6. We lit from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno with the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we flow with the night show. So spike them lights below. That thumbs up, run them up, and you double up, cause it's Next Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Now you place the chats, when I pace that under space where our faces at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats. Game recaps, no hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a candle throughout the handle on the panel. We violent, so subscribe to the channel. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk.